We've reached the final week of the regular season, and the final home game comes your way tonight for the Bella Vista Broncos as they host Woodcreek. The two teams met earlier this year on March 19th, with BV taking that contest 18-6 in Roseville. Tonight, not only is it the final home game, but it's also senior night, where 8 Bronco players will be recognized and honored in their final regular season home game. The senior night activities will be getting underway shortly. When that is done, the Broncos will take the field against the Timberwolves, and some things have already been decided. First, BV has clinched a spot in the section playoffs and will finish no worse than second place in the Capital Valley Conference. Mathematically, they could with 2 wins combined with an additional Vista Del Lago loss on Thursday at West Park, finish in a tie for first place. Should Vista either beat BV on Wednesday or West Park on Thursday, they will clinch the league title. Should Vista, either beat BV on Wednesday or West Park on Thursday, they will clinch the league title outright. The Broncos are playing for momentum, carrying themselves into the playoffs, and also need to adjust, not having Jackson Ellsworth, who was injured with a broken collarbone in the game last week at College Park. We'll see how the Broncos rise to the occasion tonight, and if Woodcreek can break up that momentum. BV and Woodcreek Senior Night coming your way next on BV Live Sports. Hello, everybody. George Tharlson, David Houseworth. Welcome to our final live stream, regular season live stream of the season. We will be back for the boys versus girls game, but we have our final live stream of the night and of the year, and that is here with senior night. Big event, obviously. 8 guys that are taking the field, at least in the regular season, for the final time, and so they're about to be honored. And there's probably all kinds of butterflies and things like that going on right now.
Yeah, it sinks in on you. This is the last one. Now, they are, of course, they're seniors. They're going to be finishing their senior year of school here soon, too. So they've got a lot, they got a lot going on, lacrosse and school and everything else, and then plans for whatever's going to be after that. And a lot going on. Last time at home. So, and, of course, they're going to walk through with their parents. We got the big inflatable Bronco down there in the end zone. And so it's a great event, and it's great to honor the guys. They've been here a long time. Time to move on. Let's honor them.
What a way to return to school after spring break, too.
You're right. Yeah.
So we've got the whole Monday thing that we've been talking about going on, coming off of spring break, and now saying goodbye to the seniors who are playing on this field in the regular season for the final time. Obviously, they're hoping to be here next week during the playoffs, too.
They would certainly appreciate that, be at home for that. So, remains to be seen, all the seating and stuff for the league. But, we just mentioned, after spring break and the big event tonight. And don't forget, it's pretty warm, too. Mm-hmm. So that's a fairly new experience for them. So it'll be true for both teams. But, do you want to play the game a little differently? Do you want to use more guys? You're missing Ellsworth now, so you're missing a guy who plays a lot. We've got to see how that goes, too.
Cody Simpson is going to step into that role as the primary face-off guy. And so that's also something that, he knows what he's doing out there. But he took just about all the face-offs against College Park. So he got the feel for what it's going to be like for him now moving forward for the rest of the season.
Well, and Ellsworth chips in some goals, too. Mm-hmm. And so, BV's going to miss that. And, every team has their scoring leaders. There's clearly a top set of guys. Every level, every team, clearly it's a top set of guys. But those contributors at that next quantity of goals, those guys are important because, College Park was a 2-goal game, wasn't it? And I think it was, wasn't it?
So the Bella Vista dominated most of the way in that one.
I thought it was kind of close, but nonetheless, in close games, you certainly need the contributions from other guys. And so they'll miss Ellsworth. Is where I was going there. So
and also Ellsworth more than 100 ground balls this year too. So he's kind of been one of their specialists. 15-9.
Oh, my mistake. I'm thinking St. Mary's 2-goal game, the one before.
Yes, indeed.
And so there's other guys who contribute. So they'll miss him. But you play who's here. Mm-hmm. That's it. Next man up. We got the next man up, and we're going to use them.
And that's what you have to do. You have to. Anytime there is an injury or any other reason somebody might miss. They had several players out against College Park. It was in the middle of spring break.
Yes.
And so you had a lot of players out. They had 3 players up from the JV. Leo Hansen has been up from the JV, but Nate Jones was up. Aaron Bryan made his return to the varsity for that game as well. And so they brought some folks up to kind of fill those gaps, which is good for them. Great opportunities for them. And again, for Bella Vista to go down there to Pleasant Hill and come away with that win. And really, they did dominate. It was College Park had a barrage late to kind of make it close.
A little closer,
6 goals.
Yeah. Well, good.
But yeah, just Bella Vista looked more like Bella Vista.
Well, good. They need to. Of course, you need to peak now, and spring break screws up everything in the season. It just does. And but you just got to put up with it. And so now it's gone. Now we're back. Game at home. Gear up for, of course. There's another game. There's a playoff, like you mentioned. So more to come. Got to get through tonight. Remember, a few weeks ago we were talking about probably will handle this team, and something else happened.
Yeah, it was Christian Brothers.
Yes, and so might think the same here, but we've learned to be careful about that. So.
And as far as Woodcreek is concerned, Keegan Nitterhouse is the name to listen for. 33 goals on the season, 27 last year. He's a junior. And then there's also, as far as another one, Aiden Coffenberry. There's a couple of Coffenberries on the team, but he's the second leading scorer. 30 goals this year and 50 for his career. So that's a name that we're going to be watching over the next couple of years as well.
Hopefully it doesn't. Those guys don't score in too much rapid succession. It takes too long to say their names.
Yeah, my goodness. Yes, those long names. Yeah, long names like Houseworth and Thorolson.
Right. Yeah, so it sounds like Nitterhouse will want to watch for number 6.
Yes.
Aiden Coffenberry, 14.
And then Daniel Klug, who is a senior, and he is number 32, LSM on defense. But he's got 29 goals as well, so he's not afraid to attack. And then there are some other players on the team that on their Max Preps roster, there were no numbers. So they've been called up and played various times throughout the course of the season. We'll pick those up as we go along in the event that we need to worry about that. So we'll see how that goes. Woodcreek, by the way, 2-8 in the Capital Valley Conference. They'll play Rio on Wednesday to close out the regular season. Right now, you are looking at the Woodcreek sideline on your screen as they get ready to battle it out. But and also in true Bella Vista tradition on senior night, the seniors for Woodcreek are also going to be recognized. And I'm just kind of eyeballing. They have a few more seniors. I'm counting, just kind of eyeballing 9, 10, 11 or so that they have on this team. So they will be recognized, and then the Bella Vista players here. Some things to be watching tonight. A win for Bella Vista is their 14th win of the season, which would set an all-time high for the program. The most wins in a season, they've tied at 13, and so that would be one big accomplishment for the regular season. At 68 points, that's goals and assists, Matthew Bunny is 16 behind Mateo Polanco's single-season mark that he set last year with 84. That in 2 games, but I think the playoffs are counted towards overall statistics. But if you want to see about getting that in the regular season, that would be quite a couple of games against Woodcreek and Vista del Lago to get that. Something a little bit more manageable, Max Morris, 7 goals shy of Polanco's single-season record of 54. Over the course of the next 2 games, he could possibly do that.
Didn't he have 6 at College Park?
He did have 6 at College Park. Yeah, he had quite a game. And you know who else really stepped up against College Park was Joe Reynolds. Caden Hoop wasn't there. He was one of the ones that was missing for that game. Reynolds scored 4 goals, and I'm looking at my roster, and I realized that actually, no, it is updated. 8 goals for the season. But he had a big game. So 4 goals for Reynolds and 6 for Max Morris. There's 10 of the goals, and that was enough to get the win.
Yes, and 2/3 of the total. So great production. Great a guy who steps up and knocks down 4. That's a heck of a thing.
And they needed people to step up, especially given the injury that happened early in the game to Jackson Ellsworth, and then also just the people that were missing.
Break your collarbone in an away game.
Yeah.
That means driving home with a broken collarbone. I've done that in a little school bus, mountain roads, coming back from Lynchburg to Harrisonburg, Virginia, and it's not a lot of fun.
And I believe, actually, he probably didn't ride back on the team bus. I think his family took him to be evaluated right away.
Okay, good.
And so he probably just rode home with his family.
Yeah, but still, the drive home with, facing that, it's not as fun. Everyone else went home with a win.
Right.
He went home with a broken collarbone.
So right now you're looking at, David mentioned it earlier, the inflatable Bronco head. Everybody's going to be coming out of that. Those that are going to be honored for senior night this evening. And so we see the younger players, the underclassmen on the varsity. Also the JV players are heading out there as well. Get a good look at them right there as we will get set and get started here for senior night here. In just a few moments. What do you think's going through the minds of the seniors? They know they've got a game right now, but they also have to go through this the ceremony prior to it.
Yeah, I never did this myself, so I don't know. Haven't had that experience myself. As a coach, I was a parent at the same time also, so I was doing the parent thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, and as a coach, I shook every guy's hand as he came out. The coach
right.
does that. So, I was kind of doing my thing. So, my experience, I'm not sure, but they have their parents here. They have many of the guys will have their families here. They don't do a lot of ceremonies. They're not used to a lot of ceremonies. And here, individually, in front of everybody, out in front of the field, by yourself with your family, you're being recognized. So, I hope they take a second. I always coach guys to do this. Take a second, look around, drink it in,
right?
See what's happening here. Don't just be so amped about it all that you miss it, like somebody at their wedding. Groom or bride, take a second to just drink it in.
Yes.
And so I hope they do that too.
Let's check in with Brandon Simpson, the public address announcer for senior night.
Seniors playing lacrosse. Final home game of this excellent 2025 season. And we do have a few seniors we want to honor tonight. So first up, number 0, Brandon Tebow. Brandon plays defense for the Broncos. He's been playing lacrosse for 5 years, including 4 years on varsity. He's being escorted by his dad, Ryan, his mother, Summer, and his little brother, Chase. Brandon's also a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and he'll be attending Sierra College to pursue a certification leading into a career in firefighting. Brandon's favorite lacrosse memory is scoring his first goal against Nevada Union. And his advice to future players, get in the weight room, stay true to yourself, and enjoy this while it lasts. Next up for your seniors, number 2, Matthew Bunny. Matthew plays attack. He's been on the Broncos varsity team for the past 4 years. He's being escorted by his dad, Chris, his stepmom, Michelle, and his mom, Priscilla. Matthew's also played football and fire tech for the Metro Fire Explorer. His future plans include attending American River College to pursue an EMT and paramedic to become a firefighter. His favorite lacrosse memory was scoring his 100th goal and celebrating with his team. And his advice to future players, respect your teammates, always listen to your coach, and don't skip practice for work. And next up, number 3, Hayes Reed. Hayes is our goalie extraordinaire. He's been playing varsity lacrosse for Bella Vista for the last 4 years. He's being escorted by his mom, Katie, his dad, Tom, and his little brothers, Tate and Kai. Hayes has also, over the years, played football, soccer, cross country, and he volunteers his time coaching Fair Oaks lacrosse. His future plans include attending Alabama, man, this is painful to say, but Roll Tide. His favorite memories, playing on the Chubby Unicorns this past summer and fall and trying the Advanced National Development Team. His advice to future players, respect the sport, give your best, not just for the scoreboard, but for your teammates, your younger self, and the love that got you here. Next up, number 5, Max Morris. He is a midi, and if you've been to any of these games, I'm sure you've heard his dad yell the word 5, go 5. He's being escorted by his dad, Dexter, mom, Melissa, sister, Maya, and girlfriend, Nina. Max has also played basketball, ran cross country, and played football. He plans to study civil engineering at Folsom Lake College before transferring to a 4-year university. His favorite lacrosse memories is the off-season shooting sessions with his friends, and his advice to future players is to be the hardest working guy on the team. Next up, number 13, Frankie Pellegrini. Frankie is a middie on this Broncos varsity team. He's played lacrosse the past 2 years. He's being escorted by his dad, Frank, and his mom, Sarah. Frankie also did link crew here at Bella Vista. And after graduating, he'll be serving a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. His favorite lacrosse memory is having fun with his friends at practice. And great advice for future players, get some sleep. Next up, number 14, Miles Hatfield. Miles, another one of our middies here on the Broncos. He's been playing lacrosse for the past 7 years, starting at Fair Oaks Lacrosse in the last 3 years varsity at Bella Vista. He's being escorted by his mom, Shannon, dad, Wally, and his sister, Paige. Miles has been spending his summers as a camp counselor, and his future plans, he's going to Chico State to major in mechanical engineering. Miles' favorite lacrosse memory is beating St. Mary's his junior year on that home game and taking celebratory pictures with his friends. And his advice to future players is to help grow the sport by inviting as many of your friends out as possible. The more people you get playing lacrosse, the better this school gets. Next up, number 22, Alan Ace Elliott. Ace plays defense, and he's been playing lacrosse for 4 years. He's being escorted by his brother Lev, his grandfather Al, and his mom Marin. Ace is an Eagle Scout, and he's also been part of the Dungeons and Dragons Club. His future plans is to attend American River College. His favorite lacrosse memory is riding the bus with all of his friends and teammates. And his advice to future players, pick a position and stick to it. And last up for our seniors tonight, number 32, Mason Anderson. Mason plays defense and is a middie. He's been playing lacrosse the last 2 years, and he's being escorted by his mom, Lacey, and his brothers, Bryce and Gavin. Mason's also played 3 years of football, and he's done Avid the past 4 years. After graduating, he's going to major in forestry at Oregon State University. Mason's favorite lacrosse memory is beating Davis for the first time in BB history. That happened here on opening night at Bella Vista. And his advice to future players, don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. And folks, that's it for this senior class here. They've really been a driving force in turning this program around. Again, this program's had one of their best, if not their best seasons ever this year, and it's in no small part to all those seniors you just saw walk across the field.
And there is your Bella Vista Lacrosse class of 2025. And now they will take to the field, and this is the group picture time and individual pictures. This is the pictures with the families and everything like that. Let's take a look. Usually here at Bella Vista, they do recognize the opposing seniors. I guess that was not built into the program tonight, so we're going to do it.
Yeah, good idea.
So let's take a look at the seniors on the Woodcreek Timberwolves, who are 6-8 this year, 2-8 in league play. Number 12 is Caden Wallace, who is a defenseman and a senior. Number 16 is Seth Konow, He is a defensive midfielder and also does a lot of their face-offs. Hayden Yeats, a senior, and they don't have his position mentioned, but he is also one of those that will be graduating here. Kurt Raw, number 20, is a midfielder and an attack. Jack Johnson, a defenseman and long stick midi. He's number 22. Number 30 is Nick Fellows, defenseman and a senior. Number 32 is Daniel Klug, long stick midi and a defenseman. And number 40 is Will Allen. He is a midfielder. And wrapping it up, number 48 is Zia Santos, a midfielder. Number 58, Damon Portlock, a defenseman. And number 60, Salvador Mora Lopez, a defenseman and a senior. So those are the seniors for Woodcreek, and we have recognized. And we'll talk more about the Bella Vista seniors and where they are headed off. Brandon Tebow and Matthew Bunny, for example, see their futures as firefighters. So certainly wish them the best of luck and hope that they don't need to respond to my house.
Your house, right? Yeah.
For anything more than maybe a gathering or something like that. So anyway, but if they have to, I'll know that we're in good hands.
Well, there's a BV class of 10 who has been coming to some of the games just lately. Stefan Sandoval, Sergeant Stefan Sandoval, and he is also a firefighter in the Grand Canyon.
Wow. These are not the first firefighters from Bella Vista either. And it sounds like that Matthew Bunny actually has done some work, fire
right.
tech, and so he's already gotten a start.
Class of 15 goalie is a firefighter, and I'm sure some other guys too.
And it's not just Bella Vista. One of the things that I remember, we were the last home game or the last game of the year last year was at Del Oro, and it was their senior night. And it seemed like half, if not more than half of the roster were going to be going to Sierra College for their firefighting program. I believe Sierra has a pretty good firefighting
very good
program.
one. Uh-huh.
And, of course, they're all right there
Yeah.
in Loomis. So that's right in the backyard of Sierra College. But it sounds to me like they had a lot of players last year that were pursuing that particular career.
My older son went to Sierra's Fire Academy, and it's taught. It's all the instructors are active or recently retired firefight folks from all around the region, and so it's recognized as being a great program.
Want to let you know also, because since we are returning from spring break and lacrosse season is picking back up, the Bella Vista girls are also in action tonight. They are at Oakmont. We hope to bring you some updates, as is kind of dependent on the score updates on the video that we'll be able to eavesdrop on. And so hopefully that will work itself out. And then the girls will close out their season on Wednesday at Folsom. The boys will be at Vista Del Lago, so they'll both be up in Folsom as well. Not that far from one another.
Well,
you know what they should do is after those games, they should all converge on the same restaurant to celebrate.
Yeah, right. It's got to be an in and out over there. Well, hopefully the fans can hear each other from either,
Yes.
BB boys score, BB girls score. Hopefully they can hear each other.
Yeah, I don't know how far apart the schools are, but
It can't be that close. Well, I won't remember exactly.
Well, I know Folsom's got the blue turf, and Vista Del Lago is very beautiful campus setting at both places really, but Vista Del Lago it obviously means view of the lake, but you've got a Bella Vista at Vista Del Lago.
Yeah, it's a great.
It is really a great venue.
Great stadium. I went to a college game there a few years ago. The goalie I just mentioned, Gavin Risbury, who played at Chico State and is a firefighter. He played for Chico State there, and then a young guy who played his high school at Granite Bay, but we coached him here in Fair Oaks when he was very, very young. He played at God, it escapes me right now, but I watched them play against each other in college at Vista Del Lago. Great facility.
It is. And so that's where the regular season will end. And then we find out what's going to happen next week. I don't know if we have to wait through the weekend or not, but and whether there might be some schools that might be playing. I think that there might be some schools playing on Thursday, maybe on Friday. So maybe we do have to wait till the weekend before the season wraps up. And once we get all of that figured out, then we'll know what's going to be happening next week.
Well, what they do know is they'll be playing, and they'll be playing somebody, and
Right.
It kind of doesn't matter. They're just gonna, go get themselves ready, and up to play, and off we go. Now, I say it doesn't matter. Of course, you want to scout, you want to figure out who it's going to be, and do specific preparation that you can. But that's just the specific part. Generally, get ready to play another game, one that really matters.
Indeed, and that's going to be really special. You may recall, if you were following the program a couple of years ago, Bella Vista participated in it's like a consolation bracket, 4 schools, but it was a little postseason tournament. Well, the top teams did it was North Coast section at the time. They did their thing, and then and then it was some of the other schools. They just kind of played in those little mini tournaments. And Bella Vista, it appears, just looking through their history, has done that a few times before. But it's been a while since, if at all, that they've actually been able to have that opportunity to play in the playoffs at the top level.
They have before. I remember one. But, been a while. But, they mentioned during the senior, as the senior ceremony started, these guys have been a big part of, bringing this program up. And that's what's happened here. And so, they're going to be in the real deal this time. And, boy, they're going to need to be ready because they're going to be likely playing somebody who's the real deal.
Indeed.
Probably going to be, that's just a guess, probably going to be somebody from the conference of Oak Ridge, Whitney, Jesuit, Granite Bay. And it could likely be one of them. Could be somebody else, but boy, if they're going to match up against one of those, it's going to be a test.
And it could be here, depending on how things shake out. The best thing Bella Vista can do to help their cause in getting a home game next Tuesday is to win tonight and win on Wednesday.
That would be very big to win on Wednesday, beating Vista Del Lago. Finishing the season like that, beating a good team, finishing the regular season, beating a good team, that's definitely an upward trajectory.
And right now they're introducing the Bella Vista players, as they normally do before the start of the game. And and you see it on the screen as well as the countdown clock is going. We've still got a good 12 minutes before we get started. And there's always that lengthy gap in between the senior night festivities because you do have to give the players the opportunity to warm up. So we are looking at Bella Vista right now, and they're warming up down to our right, and just like magic, now we look at Woodcreek warming up down to our left, and. The magical touch of Julie Tharlson, our producer, making that happen, and Lacey Anderson as well. So, to Lacey's family, congratulations to Mason reaching senior night, as he is one of them. And he will be studying forestry at Oregon State University.
He's a Beaver.
He'll be a Beaver. There we go.
What a great spot. If you ever had a chance to visit the campus. I took one of my sons there to visit there years ago. You got to see the student union. It's just incredible inside. It's like a big old hotel.
Wow.
On the inside, fireplaces, around the great room, little study nooks and stuff. It's really a cool spot.
I've not been to the OSU campus. I've been driven through or near Corvallis once. But that sounds like, I think Mason needs to send us some pictures, Lacey. So we'll have to get a look at that student union.
Cool spot, monster football stadium.
Yes,
and
Reeser Stadium.
So got to be a ton of fun to be able to go to those games. And we all know, of course, where that. Am I getting this right? No, never mind. Great spot.
One of the things that we can hope is that there are. Maybe there's a club lacrosse team up there.
I'm sure there is. Uh-huh.
Because I know that Joe Thomas over in Berkeley is playing club lacrosse. Hayes Reed's going to do so as he goes to the University of Alabama. And so hopefully there'll be the opportunity to keep playing because I know that these guys love this sport. And it's kind of really grown on them.
Of course. And so I'll tell you what, even at club level, it is a huge commitment, though. So guys really have to decide, is this how I'm going to live my college experience? Doing, even club, going to the weight room before class, then go to class, and then go to practice. It's really demanding. And so, you just decide what college experience you want, and both can be great. Doing that, doing everything else.
So I'm scanning the Bella Vista players on the field. Leo Hansen, number 29, and Aaron Bryan, number 26, are back with the team tonight. And I'm just waiting to see if Aaron Bryan might be, or if maybe he played in the JV game tonight. So obviously you don't want to deplete the JV roster too much when you've got when you've got both teams playing, but obviously the injury to Jackson Ellsworth has really hurt Bella Vista. So it does look like that. Aaron Bryan is number 26, so he's here, and Leo Hansen is here, and then the other one was Nate Jones, who has been wearing number 52. I am trying to eyeball and see if he's out there. So just checking. All right.
So you said that's Ellsworth who broke his collarbone.
Yes.
And he's right-handed, isn't he?
I believe so.
I think he is too. And
in fact, we see him on the sideline right now. You can see the sling.
On his left, which is good, because that means he can still take notes, he can still brush his teeth, he can still open car doors, and all those things. I broke my collarbone playing lacrosse, broke the right. I'm right-handed, so I had to take notes left-handed in class. You have to open car doors, you have to brush your teeth left-handed. Everything changes. You spend the winter, I broke it in the fall, you spend the winter throwing darts left-handed, and boy, does it help your left-handed release. So,
They are. I was talking with his parents
lemonade.
before the game today. They are very optimistic on the recovery. They say it was a pretty clean break, and they don't have to reset it or anything like that. They just let it heal, and the doctor will continue to evaluate it. But he's hoping that late summer he'll be able to actually be back playing.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. It's surprisingly. They don't. You can put a rod in it. That's for models and stuff who really need, aesthetics. But yeah, happens a lot. Happens easily. Recover pretty darn quickly. My son did it too. A lot of people do it. And you might not want to take punishing hits, but you can get your motion back and get back to it before real long.
So the captains are meeting out at...
We got Morris doing it alone tonight for the Broncos.
Well, everybody else is warming up. Just looking down on the sidelines here, and just checking to see where everybody is and what's everything that's going on. I see Chase Jones getting all the warm-ups in goal right now, and it looked like Hayes Reed was walking down the bench walking down the track in his warm-up. So I wonder if maybe Chase Jones may be getting the call tonight, even though it's senior night. Well, we'll see. We'll see what is going to happen here as we get ready to wrap up the 2025 regular season.
It's one thing we'll want to look for. Look at the shadows on the field. Look where the sun is. And so that'll change fairly rapidly as the game goes on. But anybody on the far side of the field looking back at us, looking back at the camera, looking back at the stands here, they're going to be looking right into the sun for a little while. So, passers want to be sure they're aware of that. If you're passing it from here to there, your buddy's looking into the sun. And that could go away in 15 or 20 minutes.
Good to see Coach Goldsmith back on the sideline tonight. He missed the game in College Park due to illness. Dan Posehn pretty much had the show to himself, and they pulled out the 15-6 win. So congratulations to Coach Posehn in getting the victory the other night. So we got 3 officials tonight. They're over at the main table conversing. We're about 4 minutes or so before we get this one. Underway. So just about ready to have our final regular season broadcast here. And
very quick season.
It is. And
quick and dense. 3 games a week very often, most of the time. Excuse me, a little break last week, which is the one game. But all of a sudden, here we are just past mid-April, and it's ending. Regular season is coming to an end. And But is what it is. Play the schedule they give you.
Oh, yeah.
And they've done pretty well.
And maybe after some feedback about how they crammed everything together this year, maybe they will expanded the time frame a little bit?
I would hope so. For my liking, who am I? I'm just come to the game and run my mouth. But were I a coach, I would want 2 games a week. 3 is too many. Spread it out a little bit. I think it can go a little later.
And I'm a little selfish about not playing too many on Mondays.
Yeah.
But I think that you made some good points about why Mondays is not necessarily the best time to play, because you're coming off the weekend. And here tonight, again, you're coming right out of spring break, too.
Right. They haven't been together as an entire group for all this time. And it can be hard. Now, same for both teams. I think, now Woodcreek's in a different school district. Could have been a different schedule. Don't know that.
I think generally the public schools do have their spring break the week before Easter, and so they're probably coming off of spring break as well. The players are lined up. Let's check back with our public address announcer.
And remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, we are moments away from getting started now that the national anthem is complete. The Bella Vista huddle right there on your screen as they will get their last instructions and hype. Here we go.
Last home game, 2025.
Well, they're hyped and ready to go. All right, let's play some lacrosse. And Chase Jones indeed will be getting the call in goal tonight.
Ready to roll tide from here. He's going to be wearing the Woodcreek colors next year, right?
Well, Hayes is, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. In honor of Jones, right?
Right there.
Well, cool.
Hayes is on the track right now, coming back to walking very slowly. I don't know if he's hurt.
It's just being Mr. Casual, I think.
Yeah.
Got the night off.
And it could be that is by design, because they have a big one coming up on Wednesday against Vista Del Lago.
Now, I checked out the stats for the College Park game. Didn't he have like 21 saves?
He did.
Yeah.
Yes, he had quite a game.
Yeah, which was really important for that win. Did a lot of work the other night, and time to take a break.
Aaron Moe, a senior, And actually, we didn't call his name because I don't have it marked, but he is a senior as well. Aaron Moe, number 34 for the Woodcreek Timberwolves, is their starting goalie. We've got 34 in red and 24 in white to get started. Cody Simpson to take the opening faceoff, replacing Jackson Ellsworth. Woodcreek with the first possession as we are underway. That's Aiden Coffenberry, number 14. Ball goes out of bounds. And Bella Vista will begin possession, have their first possession.
So a little something different. You know, you got a different goalie, and so that's part of the clear. Goalie's part of the clear.
Chase Jones had a little trouble handling it,
Nice save.
but he makes the save.
Right fine, too.
Hayden Baston was the one with the shot there. Here comes Bella Vista back the other way. Lonnie,
Yes, good choice.
out in front, Bunny.
Lonnie picked the right guy. Bunny was totally open. Just dropped it.
Woodcreek able to clear. This is Coffenberry. Aiden Coffenberry, one of two with that surname. Baston's on the near side. Here's Coffenberry once again. Closed off. Good defense by Bella Vista.
Coffenberry looks like he's left-handed.
Landon Hansen, number 44. And that's Daniel Klug, who has trouble handling that.
Was he facing the sun?
He might have been. Here come the Broncos. Will Victorin. He is poised to probably step into Max Morris's role next year. Out there with Mason Anderson. Joe Reynolds coming on. 4 goals the other night against College Park. Reynolds on the attack. Little stutter step, closed off.
Nice look.
Yeah, right out in front. There's Lonnie with a shot.
See, now you'd like to see Lonnie take that with his right hand. Caught it with his left hand, and that put his stick around the defenders.
Anderson with the ground ball. Anderson a couple of goals the other night, too.
Left-handed shot.
And an assist. And there's a save by Moe.
Ref was right on the goal line there to be able to make that call. No goal.
Here's Klug with the long stick. He's not afraid to score with that. Has 29 goals. Donovan Swift. Sweeping shot.
I'm going to call that white, yeah.
Yeah, Chase Jones did a great job chasing it, living up to his first name. And secures the possession for Bella Vista.
So again, second clear. Let's see a little better handle by Jones here. Little rusty. Found the right guy. Wide open.
Simpson on the move. Simpson scored against College Park as well.
I got a fast break.
Lonnie, here's a Lonnie shot.
Ouch. Hits his defender.
That is blocked. Simpson picks it back up.
So you see where Lonnie's standing. He'll be looking into the sun if he's facing this direction. He was not on that catch, but now Simpson will be.
Here's Bunny on the near side. Nick Fellows has the defense on Bunny. Bunny
Out of here.
is trying to get it behind the net to Caden Hoop, but a little too tall for him. And so it goes back over to Woodcreek as we are just under 9 minutes to go in the opening quarter on senior night.
Good check. You want to go after that bottom hand.
This is Danny Morton. I think I heard somebody call out birthday boy. So it might be his birthday.
All right, been a little rusty so far. Both teams, you know, like you're saying, first day back from spring break. So here's BB's chance to little redemption on a clear. They've all worked, but they haven't looked as pretty as they could.
Here's Morris across midfield
That one looks good.
with his first touch.
Nice
Now he
feed.
finds Deacon. Deacon to Lonnie. Lonnie steps in front. He scores. So with 8:23 to go in the opening quarter, the Broncos get the first goal of the game for Thomas Lonnie. That's number 44 on the season.
You got the thought watching that shot by him that he knew what he was going to do the whole time. As soon as he caught it, he knew what he was going to do. Executed it really well. Looked like a little face dodge, a little fake against the goalie, and then boom, nothing but net.
And also, let's give credit where credit is due. That was a beautiful look by Avery Deacon.
It was. Good feed.
And he gets the assist there.
It's going out.
Woodcreek winning the face-off, but turning it over immediately.
It's got Victorian right here on the 40.
He's got Tebow behind him as well, just in case. Simpson weaves his way through 2 defenders. Cody Simpson's a junior. He'll be honored on senior night next year.
Lost a shoe.
We got a whistle.
Threw a shoe.
Simpson picks up the shoe and gets that all
we got
squared
a
away.
penalty here.
Penalty, so we'll get the call.
Got to correct himself here.
So I heard red 32 and saw the technical side. So there's 30 seconds?
30 seconds. Hold.
Okay.
So first BV man up. Short one.
Morris, leading scorer. Saved by Mo.
So that shot really didn't change level. It came off, about shoulder level, came to the goalie about shoulder level. And you got to, it's a good check.
That was a nice one-handed snag by Jackson, but Lonnie's right there. And you could hear the sticks collide there. And this goes over to Bella Vista. Torin to bring it in.
12 seconds on the man up. Unofficial.
Morris.
If they want to use it, they're going to need to push it a little bit.
There's Bunny.
Just a bit outside.
You've been waiting all year to do that.
That only dawned on me the other day. And that was perfect because it was about 6 feet.
Well,
a few feet wide.
And we lost Bob Euchre this year, so so good tribute.
For you, Uke.
There
you go, Tank.
Here's Hoop. Hoop, he'll step in front and score! And we've seen him use his size to his advantage before.
Yeah, and you saw, speaking of comfortable, Lonnie was very comfortable on his move, and Hoop was very comfortable on that move because, he could just tell, and he's also learned now for sure, he can outbulk that guy a little bit. And it only takes a little bit when you're that close. And Hoop's, comfortable with that move.
That is the 31st goal of the season for Caden Hoop. 2-0 Bella Vista.
Good look. There's a guy.
Oh, they couldn't get it to Coffinberry, and that's going to roll. Oh, Coffinberry nearly saved that, but they're saying it was out.
And again, I think he's left-handed, so that was his strong hand. Would have been an excellent shot opportunity. That attackman over there, is it 6 or 8 for Woodcreek? He seems pretty good. Baston.
Or Nitterhouse is the other one, number 6.
Can't tell if it's 6 or 8 on the far side.
Right now at midfield, I think that's 8.
But this attackman over here,
that's 6.
Far side,
Yeah, that would be Nitterhouse. He hasn't really touched the ball. There's a shot from Lonnie that deflects out, and Bella Vista will control. I don't think Nitterhouse has touched the ball yet. And he's their leading scorer.
Same
Here's
thing
Hoop.
here.
Hoop looking to step
it.
in. Broncos going to try and chase this one down. Cody Simpson will retrieve it. He's got Avery Deacon. Part of the future for Bella Vista right there with Cody Simpson and Avery Deacon.
Blocked.
Deacon's shot can be scooped up by Thomas Lonnie. Hoop from the X. There's Bunny. Favorite
2 against 2.
Favorite lacrosse memory for Bunny is scoring his 100th goal, which was done on this field.
Left-handed shot by Anderson there. That was pretty zippy.
Ball loose.
Nice.
Broncos sweep it back the other way. Anderson's going to scoop that one up. Mason Anderson swings it around. There's Bunny. That one goes a little bit wide.
If he'd have taken a split second, a split of a split, I think the 5-hole in the goalie was maybe a little better location.
Lonnie with the Lonnie leap. That one also wide, but Hoop secures possession for Bella Vista. We want to thank you for joining us all season for the live streams. Once we secure the date for the matchup between the boys and the girls, we'll let you know our plans for that. Again, as we have been talking about, even if playoff games are here, we expect not to be able to live stream. But we will try to keep you up to date in other forms.
The lawyers couldn't get that worked out, huh? Nice check.
Yeah, I think Dewey and Cheatham were on vacation.
And all we had was Howe, and he couldn't figure it out. Good job, Anderson. Short passes are hard to catch.
We'll let you know if anything changes, by the way. Keep an eye on our Facebook page, and we'll keep you posted.
You might get a temporary injunction or something like that, right?
Yes. From Judge Judy. All right, so Woodcreek will bring it in. That is Klug.
Getting a little tricky.
Lost it, got it back. Still on the move with the long stick.
That was on
Looking for the
purpose.
pass.
That was on purpose.
Oh, he just scooped it up over to himself?
Yeah, he just flipped it up.
Nitterhouse right out in front. What a save by Chase Jones.
Nice hit.
Into the corner. Ball looks like it goes out of bounds. Looks like Bella Vista will take possession.
Feeney gave a little back there, too. That was great.
Here's Morris. Donovan Swift right there. Morris trying to turn him around. Lonnie will pick that one up. Hoop from the X. Spins around. Back out to Bunny. Bunny's got a good look there. That one's blocked away.
Yeah, hit him in the back.
That one's going to roll, and Bunny's going to be there to pick that one up. Broncos to reset. Up 2 goals, just under 3.5 to go opening quarter. Morris on the move.
Good save there.
Aaron Moe, the senior goalie.
That shot also did not really change levels, so he hasn't really been tested so much yet.
Swift.
Good grab.
Coffenberry. Back out front. Baston. Nitterhouse fighting for it on the left side. Loose ball. Feeney almost came up with it, but instead, Chase Jones with another save.
That's got to make him feel good.
He's off to a good start. Collision. Victorian winds up on the ground. Thought I heard a whistle, but play continues. Here's Swift. Swift spins around. Right out in front.
Long
Here's
stick.
Klug and Chase Jones once again. 2.5 to go. Klug comes up with it. Out in front. From
Nice.
distance. Step around. Taking a shot and score with a flag down. That is Landon Hansen, the sophomore, that finds the back of the net.
Good looking move. He looks pretty darn skilled, huh? Got a Timberwolf down in the end zone.
He's up and ready to go. We'll find out what the call is here.
White on the head on red happened. Whether that's the call or not. Red took one on the head. Hopefully it's just a 1 minute. It didn't look too egregious, but there was contact.
We'll pick up the call here in just a second.
White 46, unnecessary roughness, 1 minute. It'll be a man down face.
Okay, you heard it all right there. The goal is good. Bella Vista will go a man down. Rylan Wilson is called for the penalty, and he is in the penalty area right now for 1 minute. Cody Simpson elevated to first string on the face-offs with the injury to Jackson Ellsworth. Woodcreek wins the face-off.
Nice grab.
Coffenberry up a little high to get that one. Close one right now. Raw. It's Baston. And Zach Honey. Nice weaving
move.
and movement and a shot and a score right over the shoulder of Chase Jones.
Jones guessed low. There's not a lot you can do.
That's
so
Kurt Raw that comes up with that one.
yeah, and it was a good shot. The defense isn't helping the goalie when the shot gets taken from 2 or 3 yards, and there's a ton of goal available to the shooter. So shooter's advantage really right there.
2 goals within 32 seconds of each other. Cody Simpson just wants to win a face-off here.
Penalties released, so they're even.
Well, Simpson winds up on the ground trying to come up with it. Reynolds is over there, but Woodcreek gets another face-off win. That one is going to go too far.
So 137 left in the quarter. BB clear. Not necessarily holding for the last shot here, but you've got a minute and a half to make something good happen. So you've got plenty of time. You could be deliberate, and you could make that happen.
Been quite a bit of time on the Woodcreek attack side. You heard the collision of the sticks there. Klug forces the turnover there on Victorin, and here comes Woodcreek once again.
Threw it away. So
Innerhouse not able to handle that one.
what did BB just learn on that clear against Victorin? And one-on-one against Klug, you might not want to do that. Just you see that guy, don't get close to him because his ability to stick check. BB's got 109 here. Got to get the ball.
Still loose. Anderson scoops it up for Bella
They
Vista.
got to tell him there's guys on him.
Keeps the possession. And now here's Lonnie. Lonnie kind of an underhanded shot. Anderson scoops it up again, winds up on the ground. Loose ball. Here's Morris.
There you go.
Morris.
Yes, sir.
He scores. Max Morris doing Max Morris stuff right there.
That's whose hands you want the ball in with 43 seconds left in the quarter. So Johnny on the spot for the ground ball. He was in the right spot. There was the ball. Makes a little move. Zippy shot. A little hard for the goalie to save since it was a bounce shot. And BB can, if no one else scores again, BB can finish this quarter with a slight bit of momentum.
43.6 to go in the opening quarter. I think Woodcreek has won every face-off.
Look out.
There's a shot. One goes wide and out of bounds, and that'll go to Bella Vista.
Okay, 35 seconds. There's still time to do something here. All the guys got to recognize it. Short time. Let's get a quick clear. It's not quick. Go, 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 go. You got 4.
Jones being chased.
And his bench has got to be screaming to let him know that's happening.
Jones gets back in goal. Coffenberry.
15 seconds. Threw it away.
Another unforced error for Woodcreek. Woodcreek is winning the face-offs. They are forcing turnovers, but then they're committing turnovers, and a lot of those have been unforced.
Just got to send this pretty much. There you go.
5 seconds to go. Clock is going to count back down. And Danny Morton comes up with them, and he airmails it as we come to the end of the first quarter here at Bella Vista High School. It is a 3-2 Bronco lead on senior night, and very entertaining first quarter.
Close. Now the first part of the first quarter, both teams rusty, and so trading turnovers, and then here in the last 2 minutes or so, some missed opportunities on both sides. So close is great to watch. It's a great matchup. BV better watch out. There's some good guys down on the offense of Woodcreek, and so if BV falls asleep in any little bit, those guys can make you pay for it.
So we've seen for Bella Vista, Lonnie, Hoop, and Morris have all gotten on the on the board. Maybe that's the law firm I should have turned to.
You should have, yeah. Maybe you got to, send them a retainer tonight and see if we can get the rights next week. So.
Yeah, who knows? We'll have to figure that out. But it's a nice problem to have. Even if we can't live stream, it's great that Bella Vista is going to be in the playoffs next year. And what momentum would it be for them to win tonight? And then also, if they could pull off that win against Vista Del Lago. Now they'd need some help to tie for the league title because of the slip up, I guess, if you will, against Christian Brothers. But still, it would give them some momentum, and they would be on their way with a couple of wins if they can get the one tonight and on Wednesday, moving into the postseason.
Although games have gotten a lot closer in this last part of the season than they used to be, and so BV has given up more goals in the last 4 games or so.
Could that be also a focus on trying to work on some things rather than just attacking and scoring goals? Trying to work on some things that you'll need to know about or be able to do come playoff time.
I can't tell what it is. Christian Brothers, they seemed a little out of sorts, I think we were saying. And then the St. Mary's game was not available. I wasn't there, and it wasn't available to watch on video, and the same was true for College Park. So, I haven't seen the last couple of games, and so not sure exactly what it is.
All right, the crowd chanting, "Let's go 0." 0 is Brandon Tebow with his long stick. He's going to take the face-off to begin the second quarter here. I believe, was that? No, that is Cody Simpson. Tebow backed him up on Wednesday of last week when Cody moved into the top role.
He's a lefty. Boom.
There's Coffenberry once again taking a shot. That goes wide. Oh, my goodness. That's Landon Hansen, who was trying everything he possibly could, including falling to the ground and losing control of his lacrosse stick. Here's Brandon Tebow. And now Chase Jones. And now Victorin. Victorin on the move. Morris, and there's an underhand shot from Matthew Bunny that goes wide and out of bounds, but Bella Vista to keep possession. Broncos bring it back in. Lonnie out front. Morris. Morris has Lonnie to the outside, lost it, got it back. Now he's got Lonnie working from the left. Lonnie attacking in from the left. He'll take a shot that goes off the side, and Mo is able to secure that.
Not the highest quality shot, so BV's going to want to work for better quality shots. Take the time they need and create the good shot. Ball down.
And losing possession, that's Ryan Johnson, a junior midfielder.
Hold it off, Bunny. Stay in red. He's got 8 in the middle.
Keeps possession.
8 in the middle. Attack him.
There's Klug. He'll send this one long, and that one is going to go all the way to the end of the end zone. That's not a shot, so Bella Vista.
I got to call that a pass, yeah, and it is.
Bella Vista will take possession. Broncos are up by 1.
So time for BV to get a little serious. They beat Woodcreek soundly last time, and they're only up by 1 here. We're in the second quarter already. A bunch of turnovers so far. Some of the shots haven't been that great of quality. Let's settle down and let's make something. That's a 1.
In front, yes, Max Morris! A beautiful look. And the Broncos on the board once again.
Throughout the season, BV has not done that much. I remember mentioning this recently. Has not done that much of feeding from X to a cutter up top. It's complete normal lacrosse offense. It's effective, as we just saw, and so I'd like to see them do that more. They're going to want to be able to use that against Vista and in the playoffs too.
So Morris the goal, Reynolds the assist. 10:06. There comes Woodcreek.
Nice check, nice check. He waited. You can see he waited to throw that check.
Ball down again. Some great defense by Rylan Wilson. Cook picks it up. Now here's Coffinberry.
Left hand.
He's winding up. His pass is deflected
He doesn't have
away.
the ball. Our defender didn't know that the Woodcreek guy did not have the ball. Good time for timeout.
This is Tebow.
Able to avoid it. Now the clock's ticking. The clock is ticking on the clear. Nice save.
Chase Jones does his job once again, and it goes out of bounds. Woodcreek should keep possession here. Ball loose in front of the net, and it's kicked right into the netting of Chase Jones's goalie stick.
Now Jones's clears, each one has been kind of a little bit of a rainbow pass, and that can get your friends hurt, and can also invite interceptions too. So you're going to want to see him. Nice pass behind. Going to want to see him tighten those up. Yes, sir.
Now angling around Keaton, and that goes wide. Oh, that was set up for all kinds of success right there.
I think the check by the Woodcreek long stick interfered with that shot.
Lonnie works his way around.
Go.
And he scores! Nobody knew where it was, and then Aaron Moe's heart had to sink when he turned around and looked and saw the ball just sitting there on the ground across the goal line. So that's the second of the game for Thomas Lonnie. Number 45 of the season for Lonnie.
Good placement on that shot. 5-hole goalie's feet. Goalie's got a little bit of wide stance, so he's able to move one direction or the other. But that leaves that space right between his feet.
Morris at 2 is up to 49. An update on the top scorers for Bella Vista. Cody Simpson to take the face-off. He's taken them all so far.
Got to hustle.
Tied up.
Go at that a little faster, and that Woodcreek guy couldn't have made that check.
And Cody Simpson cleans that one up for a first face-off win. And the ball is deflected out. Woodcreek comes up with it. We got a flag down. And it looks like that is going to go.
Should be on red.
On Woodcreek as Woodcreek had possession and they whistled it down.
But he's telling 4-6 to go to the BV 4-6 to go to the penalty box. So that.
Why did they stop play?
Right. Now they got to talk about it. So how egregious? I don't think it. Maybe. I mean, it was Wilson who laid the hit, and I think we were blocked a little bit on seeing. Did it hit the guy in the head? Was it a cross check? They're figuring it out here. That's the ref who blew the whistle who's explaining it, trying to get the answer. And I think that whistle shouldn't have blown, so maybe is he a little newer? Maybe.
Conversation with one set of officials, and now the one with the call is coming over to.
It's got to pass the committee.
Indeed.
Have staff make a recommendation, have it go up to the authority.
1 minute. Sounds like 1 minute unnecessary roughness.
So I think first BV man down, Woodcreek first man up. I haven't seen them run one yet.
Wilson served a penalty earlier, so this will be the second BV man down.
Can't see the forest for the trees, right? Can't pay attention to the details because you're watching the whole game. He's a shooter.
Hansen has one of the goals tonight for Woodcreek. Baston behind the net now.
I'd worry
back
about
to Baston. He's looking for
Ouch.
a shot. That deflected away.
Kick it.
Looks like Leo Hansen got that one. Broncos with the pickup. Mason Anderson.
He doesn't care about that check or that one.
Gets by Landon Hansen. Anderson is on the move.
Nice job. Punt
Matthew
return.
Bunny. Right out in front to Lonnie. Lonnie steps around
Yes,
everyone, and he scores! Bunny with the assist. Another one for Matthew Bunny for that matter, as he looks to set a record in assists. 38th assist of the season for Matthew Bunny for Thomas Lonnie. That's his third goal of the night, the hat trick. He's at 46 on the season.
That was a BTB.
And the Woodcreek Timberwolves are going to take a timeout. Woodcreek, by the way, will be closing out the season later this week. They will be taking on Rio Americano, and that will be on Wednesday. They will be at Rio, so that's an afternoon start for them. And for Bella Vista, they will close out the regular season in Folsom against Vista Del Lago. That is a standard 7:15 start and senior night for the Eagles of Vista Del Lago. It is a 6-2 game now for Bella Vista. They scored the first 2 goals of this one. Woodcreek came back and tied it up, and then Bella Vista scored the last 4.
Yeah, but like I said, time for BV to get serious. And so they've called it up a little bit, 4-0 run. That's what creates the red timeout. And so BV is now taking a timeout from Woodcreek. They don't have that available for later in this half. And so BV's got to feel, a little bit good that they've called it up, put the first quarter away where they weren't hot, but now they are.
On a mission now.
Yeah.
And sometimes those, you score a couple of goals to get started, and you're feeling pretty good about yourselves. Come back down to earth when the team scores to it. But it serves as a bit of a wake-up call.
Yes. And so hopefully that's what it was. Saw the wake-up call. Now let's be ourselves. Let's do what we really can do, and they've done that here just lately. So now we go to this face-off here. You were right before. Woodcreek's been winning most of them. But opportunity for BV to, say they lose this face-off. Let's go eat their offense. Let's go take it from them, and then go down on offense ourselves.
At 7:39 to go. Simpson lining up to take the face-off for Bella Vista. Giving him all the experience necessary.
Nice job.
And Simpson wins that one. It's going to be his job. Well, actually, Ellsworth will be back. So he and Ellsworth will be splitting the time, probably primarily Ellsworth's job next year. But you need the backup. And again, if somebody goes down, you got to be able to step into the role. It's good experience for Tony. Tried to get it to Deacon, and they couldn't get it to him.
2 guys were on Bunny, which left that gap right there. Got filled well by the Bronco cutter.
Loose ball.
You want to check his long stick upwards. Good shot, Bunny. Nice job, Bunny.
Broncos have it. That's on the ground. Lonnie winds up on the ground, but he's kind of scooped it out. Deacon has it again.
Dropped it. Taken away.
This ball taken away. And that's Hayden Yeats, one of the seniors. There's Honey.
Good hustle, Morris. Shut that down. That's pass.
Coffenberry. Careful over there on the far side.
The ball went through everybody.
Ball. Jones trying to scoop it up, and he does.
White 9 slash. 1 minute.
That will be on Trent Sheridan.
Didn't see it. Oh, 5. My mistake.
Morris. Okay.
My mistake.
So Morris will come out to serve the penalty. Bella Vista again, man down. 6:14 to go.
So the Woodcreek man-ups so far have not really been a threat. Let's see if they can maybe put something together a little better here. The Woodcreek's got 2 guys behind the goal on man-up. Why would you do that? Anyone behind the goal can't shoot.
Chase Jones on the shot from Landon Hansen.
Come on field. Look at the gap. Look at all the space. Now somebody's open.
Got to be very careful here. Jones is just going to launch this one. Morton comes up with it. Now Coffenberry.
It's going left.
On Feeney. Coffenberry with the underhanded
Goalie
shot.
ball.
And Bella Vista secures possession.
See, Woodcreek's got to get a guy behind. When you see, 14's a shooter, right? He gets the ball, he starts to move. He's going to shoot. A red guy's got a streak to get behind the goal in case that shot misses. It's another sky ball, too. We were wondering what was different in BV in the last few games, and one thing that has been different is the clears.
Broncos on the attack. Mason Anderson.
That's his right hand.
Gets it back. I'll check that. That's hoop.
3-2, 3-3. It's hard to tell. Same body style.
Sometimes it is.
Same body style.
Aaron Bryan into the game for Bella Vista. Victorin. Victorin will take a shot. Mo with the save.
Yeah.
Morton finally picks it up.
Ball down.
Loose again. Will Victorin forced that one, then gave it back.
Trouble.
Trouble is right.
Oh,
on
nice
the
defense.
front doorstep, and the ball deflects away.
No whistle.
Tried to usher it out of bounds.
Now there's a whistle. Nice job. Good job, BB.
Forced out of bounds. The Broncos will get possession.
Now throughout all of that, we didn't notice the BV's even, so they killed that penalty.
Sheridan will bring it in. Here's Jones. Jones with the protection of the crease. There's Cody Simpson.
That's slashy. Yep, they called
Flag
it.
comes down.
Left hand.
Lonnie right out in front. Hoop couldn't find it.
Little too generous, maybe. Lonnie might have taken that shot.
And the penalty is now going to be called. Be a 1-minute penalty.
Now, I was wrong before on how many man-ups. Is this BV's second or third man-up? I think it's their second.
Yeah, it might be. This is Stephen Rasick that is called for the penalty. Number 50 is going to serve it. Broncos with Lonnie behind the net. Under 4 minutes to go before halftime. Lonnie, Bella Vista on the power play, to use the hockey term.
Yeah, BV with 2 guys behind the goal, which means out front they're playing 4 against 5. BV has fewer guys out front than the defense does. Now they step up.
Bunny from distance. He scores! Matthew Bunny on the board for the first time tonight.
It's from about 15, so a little far out, but a hard shot. And a little skip off the ground. Hard for the goalie to zero in on it.
For Bunny this season, goal number 111 for his career, 32 on the season. With 3:26 to go, the Bronco lead increases to 5.
Wipes out the penalty, so they're now even.
Woodcreek wins the face-off.
He's timing his checks. It's going to go across.
Bronco scooped that one up. Matthew Bunny just scored the goal.
Ice pick.
Bunny with a 360 and then the underhanded shot deflected away.
Too far away. 18 yards.
Broncos keep possession. And Woodcreek comes up with the loose ball. This is
Go to your
Donovan
left.
Swift,
One more.
left side.
Nice
And
shot.
there's a shot and a score for Landon Hansen. They got it to Nitterhouse, who got it to Hansen. And Hansen finds the back of the net, and Woodcreek is on the board again.
So you see, Woodcreek knows how, right? That's exactly what you do. Well executed there. So you got to worry about that fast break. They get a fast break like that, tic-tac-toe, shot, goal. So you give them that opportunity, it's going to happen again.
So 2:25 to go before halftime.
Good ground ball.
Broncos come up with it. There's Pellegrini. Pellegrini's a senior, finds Lonnie. Approach 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Lonnie. Bunny. Tried to get it back to Lonnie. That one's loose now on the ground. Broncos are going to scoop this one up. Pellegrini. He's got a rooting section.
Yes, he does.
Family here for his last regular season home game.
Left hand.
Morris on the stutter step with the shot. Mo comes up with it.
That shot changed levels, and the goalie got it.
Attempt to clear. Deacon scoops it up. Broncos in possession.
It's a decent take. You see Hoop was right in place to grab that shot before it went out.
And then from the outside, there's Deacon again. Goes out of bounds. Lonnie secures possession. 1:04 to go.
Not sure Hoop was thinking that was coming to him.
I think he was a little surprised. This will go over to Woodcreek. Pellegrini cheering section as he comes back on. Morton.
Left hand.
Coffinberry.
say.
Kick saved by Chase Jones.
Dave Jones.
Coffinberry once again. It's Nitterhouse. Swift. Go check that. Raw dispossessed. And the ball comes out, and the Broncos have it. On the move.
12 seconds.
Anderson being harassed from behind.
Only once his left hand. Got to get rid of it.
6 seconds to go.
Got to get rid of it.
5
It's
count
worn out.
clock counting. Ball knocked away, and the clock will expire. We have come to halftime. Quite a second quarter for Bella Vista. After leading 3-2 at the end of the first, they now find themselves with a 7-3 lead, so a 4-1 second quarter for Bella Vista. Lonnie with a couple of goals there. Matthew Bunny gets on the board for the first time, and Morris got his second as well. So good bounce back after a tighter first quarter.
Got to feel a lot. BV has to feel a lot better this quarter at this break than the last break. The last break was, dangerously close. One goal. But now they've got a handful here. And so almost a handful. Feels a little better. They're more, playing like themselves here in the second quarter. Now they can go think a little bit, read a little bit. Again, how about coaches point out, stay away from Klug, long stick Klug.
Yes.
Watch out for 6'8" and 14. Those guys are good. And so defense, 6'8", 14 on offense down there. So BV defense, watch those guys. And could BV just replicate the second quarter 2 more times? I bet they could.
Well, and that would be win number 14, which would set a record for Bella Vista for wins in a season. And so it has been just an absolutely terrific season. And the great thing for Bella Vista is that it's not going to end after this week. Regardless of what happens tonight, regardless of what happens on Wednesday, Bella Vista is going to be playing next week in the section playoffs. And again, we'll wait till the weekend to find out when the announcements come in terms of who's going to be playing whom. But just the fact that they are going to be playing is Coach Goldsmith is in his second year as the head coach here, and in 2 years he's got this team now at playoff level.
Yeah, that's great, and great use of the object there. The object of the sentence. They've come a long way. They're ready to go into the playoffs. They're likely going to face somebody, like we were saying before. They're likely going to face somebody who's pretty darn good, and so it's going to be a test. But they're ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what a great time to be on the BV team.
Yes.
We've had this great season. When you interviewed the coach at the beginning of the season, what was the record he thought would happen?
14-5, 15-4.
Yeah. And so, where are they?
They're right around
They're
that.
right there, yeah.
Yes.
So, two things. One, he knows his team. He knows his schedule. He knew that weeks ago. And then they executed it as well. So, you got to love both of those. You just come out and say 14-4, and then it comes out to be 10-8 or something like that. Well, you missed a few, or if it's 500, you were way off. Well, no, dead on. And then they executed as well, and now they're ready to go to these playoffs and go face somebody who is a challenge. What if it's Jesuit, who's pretty darn good? What if it's Granite Bay again? Cool.
Yeah.
What if it's Vista again? Maybe get that. If they win next week, then it's 1-1. They've split it, and now that's the third one is the real decider.
And in terms of the math, this is the other thing that I can do pretty good is math. When we talked to Coach Goldsmith at the start of the season, he was saying 14-5, 15-4, something like that. What he didn't anticipate was that the Bear River game was going to be canceled.
Oh, it would have been one more.
We should have
Probably.
done senior night on the 10th in combination with the girls. So Bella Vista is going to play 18 games this year. They played 16 so far, 13-3. They're tonight and then Wednesday, and then that's going to be it. So 14-4, 15-3 is the revised.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
You win them both. You finish 15-3, 3 losses. I mean, and one of those, you're still probably scratching your head over.
Yeah, a little unexpected.
So,
Christian Brothers earned that for
They
sure.
did.
They
They
earned
did.
it. But you're still a little surprised because the previous game was very different than that. So
Correct.
So that's the past. Again, we're going to finish this game here and play the next two. So got to feel good so far, like we were saying, for a second. Feel good for a second, and then go, okay, we got to go play these 2 games, right? So.
Well, and then closing out the season against Vista Del Lago is actually quite beneficial for Bella Vista because they'll have the opportunity to take on a playoff caliber team and really get a feel for what it's going to be like. And as I recall that matchup with Vista Del Lago, it was just a 3-point game. It was an 11-8 game. Bella Vista lost by 3 to Vista Del Lago, and they lost by 3 to Granite Bay. Those are the 2 top teams that they have faced. And the third loss to Christian Brothers, that was 1. And you're right, Bella Vista didn't really play great, but they still fought back. And they had so many opportunities in that game to get that equalizer. They just couldn't find the back of the net. And so this has been a terrific season. And they'll lose Bunny to graduation and 7 other players. Bunny is the big name along with Max Morris.
Yeah.
As far as the offensive side is concerned, Brandon Tebow, who kind of anchors the defense, and Miles Hatfield, who we haven't seen a lot of tonight, but he's really stepped up at times during the course of the season as well. But those are the main guys, and of course Hayes Reed in goal. Did not get the start tonight. Chase Jones getting the call tonight. Presumably they're resting up Hayes so that he can be ready to go on Wednesday against Vista Del Lago. Chase Jones is out there still in helmet. Looks like he's adjusting the helmet as Bella Vista breaks out of the huddle, the halftime huddle, and they'll get ready to do their second half warm-ups here. And it looks like Chase is going to continue in goal.
He's doing great.
He is.
In the goal, so why not? And we do want to see him sharpen up those clearing passes. Again, we mentioned just a little bit before, referencing the question before, what was different about BV? Hard to tell. One thing that is different in this latter part of the season, I think starting with Christian Brothers, was clears not as good as they were. Clears used to be, earlier in the season, really good, all the time. And somehow they got different. And so something to really focus on because of how important that is. And something for the entire team to focus on, Reed and everybody.
It is hard to believe that we've just got 1 half left to go in the regular season as far as the home schedule is concerned. The 2 lacrosse programs here at Bella Vista have a little tradition that they have. The boys and the girls team plays an exhibition game every year after the season concludes. Last year they did it right after the season ended, the following week. Year before, Bella Vista, the boys had that mini tournament that we were talking about, and then they played it after that. Obviously, they're going to have to wait through the playoffs because both teams are making the playoffs. So we presume maybe in that first full week of May that we will be back for you. Have not finalized the time, at least I haven't yet, as far as the time and date for that game between the boys and the girls. They pretty much play it under the girls' rules, which, less hitting and no gear and no helmets are optional, I guess is the way to put it. And it turns out to be a pretty good equalizer because when we've done the last couple of games, they've been very close.
Oh, yeah, they are, and the girls often win, too. So, yeah, a ton of fun.
The girls have like a 6 or 7 year winning streak in that game.
They switch sticks, and the boys are not used to operating the girls' sticks. And we could show you that maybe that night, how the sticks are different. And it's very, very different. It changes the game for the boys. And so, but a ton of fun. Just a great time. And great to have both programs together and all the friends and family and everything. It's a good time.
One of the things that's kind of a bummer about the schedule this year is the boys and the girls have often played on the same night. One of them might be here and the other one would be on the road, such as the case tonight. On Wednesday, it's usually been the opposite, with the girls playing at home and the boys on the road. But this particular week, they'll both be on the road on Wednesday. So it's not like you've had too many opportunities
to see each other,
where the teams could both be here. Now, when the girls had senior night, the boys were supposed to play that night, and that game got canceled. So they were actually able to be here, and I think some of them were, to help support them. But there hasn't been that opportunity. If somebody appointed me commissioner of CVC Lacrosse or Sac Joaquin Section Lacrosse, I'd go Tuesday, Thursday, and Wednesday, Friday, and maybe flip-flop it so that both programs had a chance to play some Friday games. But have it like that and not have them come right off a weekend and play on a Monday.
Yeah, I think that's hard. And some of it, too, though, is supply of refs.
That's true, yeah.
So can't always.
In fact, I think maybe that's part of it because I think the other league is on a Tuesday, Thursday cadence. And but we haven't seen a lot of Friday games. It would be nice to see more Friday games.
Well, speaking of the days of the week, we should mention Saturday games. For now and for the next 5 weeks, college lacrosse starts showing up on television all the time. Not all the time.
Basketball's over.
Basketball's over, so here we get college lacrosse on channels that we all get at home.
Yes.
So, this weekend, there's a couple good ones. ESPNU's got some. So, what is it? Number 12, Ohio State goes to number 18, Johns Hopkins. 11 o'clock Pacific. Again, ESPNU. And then there's a game after that, number 19 Virginia at number 4 North Carolina. So, I'm sorry, that's ACC Network, the later one. Set your recorder at home and have them record it, and you'll have them. You won't miss any. But after that, we get conference championships,
the NCAA tournament,
and then the NCAA tournament after that.
Right.
So again, next 5 weekends, and then if nothing else, you have to watch Memorial Day weekend.
That's a championship.
2 games on Saturday, 1 game on Monday. So remember, all the games start early. They're Eastern times, Eastern or Central. So they'll start, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning here. But go set your recorder. Get those games. It is amazing. I watched North Carolina, Notre Dame this last weekend. It was amazing.
All right, let's get this one underway in the second half. Final 24 minutes of the home schedule for Bella Vista in the regular season. We'll see if they get a home game next week in the first round. This one's going to go out of bounds, go over to Bella Vista. Bella Vista has struggled on the face-offs tonight, but Woodcreek has struggled on keeping possession after winning a lot of those face-offs.
Now that face-off issue may be a factor for BV in its next couple games. Not getting enough possessions against Vista Del Lago, and the same in the playoffs. That might be a measurable factor. Good check. Might be a measurable factor.
Here's Morris. Morris on the move.
Look at him accelerate.
Sitting on 49 for the season. That one goes wide.
Ball down. Got to take it with you. Toe drag.
Scoops it up. Morris will then set the point once again.
Now, he just drove. He might not want to do it again right now. Although,
sees the opportunity. In time,
Nice.
the Bunny right out in front, and he scores. Morris the assist, Bunny the goal. And the Broncos are on the board again.
see what happens when you feed the inside and can shoot from 5 yards. The goalie doesn't even have a chance to flinch. So would love to see BV do a little bit more of that. But you set that up by starting the dodge up top, either drawing the attention of the defenders who are down low, find your open guy, and boom, shot, goal.
56 seconds into the third quarter, and the Broncos get their first goal of the second half. Creek with possession. Here's Klug.
Hard to
Not
dodge.
afraid to attack with the long stick. But I think you were about to say hard to dodge with that thing, right?
Yeah, as good as he is, you probably don't want to design him dodging. Yeah, he could be there and shoot. He could be off ball, catch a ball and shoot, or fast break, something like that. But dodging, hard.
It's a long stick on a long stick right now on the far sideline. Ryland Wilson
Pushed him out.
which you can do.
So they just, Woodcreek sort of gave that up. He kept the ball, and that was just sort of a bad plan.
Ryland Wilson is a sophomore. Played varsity as a freshman last year. He's had really a really good year defensively.
Bunny a little too lackadaisical on that ground ball.
Kind of overran it.
One-handed it. Got to use two hands.
Morton comes up with it. Loose ball on the ground. This one's going to go out of bounds. Who touched it last? It's going to go over to Bella Vista.
Victorian right here, all alone. Boop.
And here's Will. Johnny in a sweet spot. Morris
He's beating him.
goes wide.
Double team.
Closed off. Good defense. Tried to get it in the middle.
Yeah, that was a pass, and it arrived at the receiver around his knees. That pass
Aaron
got.
Bryan was there.
Yeah, pass got to be a little crisper, a little sharper. Bottom hand. There you go. So this is in BV's favor. The clear clock is ticking. There you go.
Broncos pick it up once again. Lonnie, he is just obliterated.
Sort of in the back, but no call. So it's a good time to settle.
Lonnie bounces back up, gets it, thought about a shot there.
Drops it. Good time to settle. Send it around a couple times.
Bring it back out. Anderson. Anderson looking to dump it inside, and then winds up in the goal.
A little lucky, but you'll take it, right? There wasn't a lot of visible goal, but, it can only go in if the ball goes toward the goal, right?
Yeah,
So,
and that one,
put it there.
One did not look like it was going toward the goal, and then it hit something and went in. But you know what? Mason Anderson doesn't care.
right. And again, it can't score unless you send it that way. So I think it went off the goalie. I think. But again, hard to tell. But
Third goal in the last 2 games for Mason Anderson.
yeah, but whatever that was, it's goal number 9.
Yes. And for Anderson, 4th goal of the season. I'm going to double check that.
I think those have all been later in the season, right? Which is, good to
I
see.
think he had one early.
All right. But more later. Hard shot. Good
There's a
save.
shot. Chase Jones comes up big once again. So we had Mason Anderson 3 goals coming in, so that's goal number 4 for the season.
2-on-1. There it is.
The Broncos are able to connect with that one and pick it up with Lonnie.
Got Bunny across. There he is. Boom.
Matthew Bunny.
Yes.
He scores! On the assist from Cody Simpson.
See, when the ball was on the offense's right side, defense's left, the defense is focused on the left side. And you quickly send it all the way across, and there are fewer red guys over here. Bonnie's guy was off of him a little bit. All he had to do was catch it and send it. And here's our flyover here. We got our four aircraft geese going over. They're a little late for the halftime or the first face-off, but
Well, yeah.
better late than never.
Were they in missing man formation with just 4?
Yeah.
So. Broncos win that one as Rylan Wilson gets the ground ball, scoops it forward.
He could have taken that back toward his goalie. Good no check by Bunny there. He didn't really have anything to throw. If he threw a check, it probably would have been a penalty. Good decision not to let that stick fly. Out of here.
Coffenberry trying to get it back out to the middle.
Pass that to the photographer.
The two people sitting in the away sidelines. Trying to find one of them. From the Broncos. Reynolds. And Victorin.
Bunny's open. Bunny, put your stick up. Put your stick up. Stick's on the ground.
Victorin on the move here. Still got it.
Everybody's too close. No.
Now
too
right
crowded.
out in front, in traffic, looking for Reynolds.
Too crowded in there.
Mo comes up with it. Right through a double team, loose ball. Bunny secures for Bella Vista.
Good no call.
It was Jack Johnson that had the possession. There's an underhanded sweeping shot that's going to be deflected and picked up by Woodcreek.
See how Lonnie started his dodge as soon as he caught it? That's a great move. You know, the ball just gets there. Your defender is just you're just realizing that you have the ball now, but he moved as soon as he caught it.
Woodcreek with the possession.
We got a little break right there.
Sure did. They could not connect with Landon Hansen.
See, BV did what they often do is they slide upfield away from the guy that's the closest to the goal, and you cannot do that. You're kind of stuck. Even if you're playing two guys, you're kind of darned if you do, darned if you don't, but you can't leave the guy who's closest to the goal. Call timeout, Red.
Possession. No timeout called. Bella Vista takes it away. Bunny. Here's Hoop.
Hoop stick needs a little pocket attention, I think, after the game. You want to get away from that. Get away from that.
He's got Morris right there.
See, nothing good comes from that. Stand around and just take that punishment. Oh, there you go. Hoop's looking for a call, but he's not getting it.
Looks like it's going to stay with Bella Vista.
Yeah. Going left. Double. Boop. Dink. Dink.
Hoop in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. Lonnie found him.
Broncos on the board again.
Broncos, number 33, King Hoop, second tonight.
See, Lonnie drew the double team, and as soon as you see a second red shirt coming at you, that means one of your friends is open. Somebody somewhere has to be open. If I've got two, there's only 5 left. No, 4 left. Help me with the math. If I've got 2 guys, there's only 4 left. One of my guys is open.
4th goal of the quarter for Bella Vista. The lead is now 8. And this is Broncos leading this one by 8 while losing most of the faceoffs. Shot goes wide. That should be Bronco ball.
It's about a third one of those that Woodcreek has shot, missed, and it's gone BV goalie ball. And again, Woodcreek not completely in the right place. Oh, nice back up.
Morris in the right place at the right time. It's too tall for Victorin. Simpson. Looking for an opportunity there. Had 1 goal the other night against College Park.
Back down, ball down. Flag down. One of those. So Victorian go to the center. He'll split left.
Victorian. It's pushed out to the outside. Broncos on the attack here with the flag pending.
Simpson to go right.
He winds up on the ground.
2 times.
And now they'll blow the play dead and will get the penalty called. Officials will communicate with each other.
Be a slash. 1 minute.
Red, number 8, slash, 1 minute.
Okay.
The ref's actually speaking out loud, right? Telling us what's up.
It's Hayden Baston that gets the call.
So BV's been pretty effective on man up so far tonight. The one shot, last one from Bunny from 18 or something, but like to see him work to get a little closer. They're a little sluggish on that.
Klug comes up with it.
See, playing against 2-2 in red, you gotta pay attention.
Left side, there's a shot. That one goes out of bounds.
Klug 22 in red, he's a different level, different level than a lot of guys, and so you got to respect that.
Right out in front, Coffinberry.
Nice save.
Chase Jones comes up big again.
Good ground ball and pass there, quick. Better pass here too.
And there's Ryland Wilson.
Total fast break.
By his lonesome. Wilson has 1 goal on the year.
Go across, down.
He'll find
maybe
Bunny. Over to Hoop.
Yeah.
Hoop steps in front. Hoop scores. Hat trick for Hoop. Assist for Matthew Bunny.
I think all of Hoop's shots, all of Hoop's shots have been close enough. He could reach out and touch the goalie with his hands, right? And nothing wrong with that at all. But BV's been able to get the ball to a shooter that close at least 3 times.
By my unofficial count, that's at least 3 assists for Bunny tonight. That will put him at 40 on the season. This will go Bella Vista's way. And Simpson will begin the possession. Victorian comes on. Broncos calling for yellow as they want to get their key players on for the offensive attack. Max Morris and Avery Deacon this time around. Victorian kind of directing some traffic. Here's Lonnie. He'll take a shot. And he scores! That's another one for Thomas Lonnie. 4th goal of the game for Thomas Lonnie. 3:08 to go in the 3rd. Bella Vista is just taking this one over. 4th goal of the game for Lonnie. That puts him at 47 on the season. We still have another quarter to go. Seth Konow picks that one up. And they were trying to get it over to Hansen, couldn't find him, goes out of bounds. And so Bella Vista takes it over again.
Nice grab.
Victorian. Victorian's a junior. He will factor quite extensively in the attack next year, as will Avery Deacon.
So we mentioned before, BV gets up a ways, and it might be a good time to work on things. It's just 2 days before that big game against the rival. Good shot.
Saved by Mo.
Just 2 days before that big game. Let's work on running this play, that play, this play, that play.
Mo coming out of the net. He's looking to clear.
Nobody's open.
Torin deflects and then controls.
That's what happens.
Credit the Bella Vista defense. Here's Bunny. Right out in front. Couldn't find Deacon. And then Deacon is sent to the unceremoniously to the ground. Get a whistle.
You know, not that bad a play by the Woodcreek defense. The guys that close, we hit him. And, you know, not egregious at all. Make him pay. Make him drop the ball. You got to love that. Illegal body check. Full time. I don't know.
Red side, 54, body check. Indirect to the head, it's going to be 1 minute locked in.
It said to the head.
Yeah, maybe it did. His head.
It's non-releasable.
So what an opportunity for BV to work on a structured man up. So they got this open set right here. Now one comes to the crease. Lonnie rotates, a little bit of a cutter.
Lonnie from the X. Now he'll take a shot. Mo comes up with it.
14 seconds elapsed. And one shot.
Broncos keep
Nice try.
possession. This is Morris.
Yep.
Morris! That's number 50 on the season for Max Morris.
That was number 5, Max Morris, and that was Max's 50th goal of the season.
He heard you. So he's been racking them up in this later part of the season. All right.
How about that for Max Morris? Third of the night, 50 on the season, and he's had quite a year.
Well, you know, it's he uniquely is the one on this team most who can shoot right and left-handed equally, very equally. So that doubles his opportunities. And, of course, driving from up top, he can go right, he can go left, and he shoots well with either one.
Here's Coffinberry.
He's left.
Behind the net it goes. Bella Vista has done a really good job defensively in really keeping
Shooter.
their top scorer, Keegan Nitterhouse, quiet tonight.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 good or 3 at least good ball handlers down there for Woodcreek, and you think you'd be afraid of them, but they haven't. Like you said, they've bottled them up.
Some confusion here, I think.
Pointing.
Who gets it?
Pointing red.
They're saying red ball, red ball, red ball. All right. So Woodcreek I'd say it's more maroon, but
You're right.
But still,
Red's easy.
is a variation of red. So
You say that before the game in the handshake. You are white, you are red. We're just calling you guys red because it's easier. It's quicker, it's louder.
well, yeah, single syllable.
Uh-huh.
Often teams that wear purple are called blue.
Yeah.
Jones
There's a
in the
flag.
crease.
It's-
Now we got a flag.
Interference on the goalie. Should have just called that a play on.
This one's going to go out of bounds, so we'll get the penalty call here.
Oh, slash.
Red side, 14, slash, 1 minute.
That's Aiden Coffinberry. That gets called for the.
You can't check the goalie when he's in the crease, when he has the ball in the crease. So I would thought that would have been interference. I think that's a 30. Called it a slash. It's a whole minute. Need one more guy for the red.
It's funny, the microphones pick up. I need a long pole, somebody, anybody.
Right.
Broncos with hoop behind the net. Bunny's on the wing. That's where he likes to play. Broncos swing it around with Sanderson.
See how flat Woodcreek is. All the guys out there.
Victorin, he's got an opportunity, thought about it.
Good D.
Bunny's going to try and secure that one.
About 30 seconds left in the penalty, unofficial.
The yellow call right now want the Broncos to let this one timeout here as the third quarter will come to an end. So we have reached the end of 3. One more quarter to go in the regular season home schedule for Bella Vista. And that was a Bronco onslaught in that third quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goals in the third quarter.
Ouch.
How about that?
Yeah.
And none for Woodcreek. That's the first quarter they haven't scored in tonight. But 7 goals in a quarter for the Broncos.
Yeah, lighten it up. And, they're finding each other. They're moving the ball quickly. You can tell Woodcreek's a little flat. They're down. They're down a fair amount here. It's late in the season. Just don't feel that hot, probably. We got one more goal. We'll go to running time.
Right.
And so, just maybe Woodcreek just wants this to be over. But it's not. And more to play. So, Woodcreek ought to call it up. BB's got to, keep going. And like I mentioned, time for BB. Let's run 4 drills. Maybe 4 possessions here. Let's run, the red dive right. Let's read the red 60 pass, blue 39X, whatever they are. Let's execute those so we get ready for is it Wednesday or Thursday? For Wednesday night.
So in that third quarter, Bunny had 2, Hoop had 2, Anderson, Lonnie, and Morris each had 1. And for Morris, that 1 goal was his 3rd of the night and number 50 on the season. He's just had a breakout. He had 8 goals in varsity prior to this season.
Oh, is that right? Wow. Yeah.
And now he's got 50. So he's got 50 this year, so 58 for his career.
You look at the guys scoring this year. Like you said, Morris, last year, not so many. Lonnie wasn't on the varsity, right?
Right.
Hoop wasn't on the varsity. So there's 3 of the guys, and then when you got the other guys chipping in fewer, but still good handfuls of goals. A lot of guys that weren't on the stat sheet much or any last year, and they're doing it this year. Gotta love that. Next man up.
Indeed. And we are ready to get the 4th quarter underway here. One final quarter to go in the home schedule for the Bella Vista Broncos.
So it'll be no face, Bella Vista ball. That's why they held it at the end.
Right.
Everybody wander now. Look how slow everybody's walking.
And not much time left on the penalty, I don't think, is there? But there's still time.
20 seconds or so, perhaps.
We'll get this one underway.
So BB, got something to work on. 15-second man up. Bunny.
Tried to find Morris cutting across.
He's got 3 guys and still got away. That guy's at a different level.
Caden Wallace, one of the seniors on this team.
So he got jumped here too, and he still has the ball.
Back behind the net.
All right, BB can work on the clear. Good crisp pass. One more. Yep.
To Lonnie. Lonnie will take the shot. That one's a little high, goes out of bounds. Bunny looking for another assist.
Could have worked on pushing that one and making Hoop open. Nice cut.
Right out in front, cutting in, and a shot, and a score for Bella Vista. Looks like that's Will Victorin. His first of the night. 17th on the season.
Ref just told the table running time. The table just told the press box running time. Clock is stopped, but they'll get it.
Probably they'll start it up on the face-off.
So yeah, running time at differential of 12, which is what we've just reached. But yeah, Woodcreek needs a guy.
Cody Simpson, the workhorse on the face-offs tonight. Seth Konal for Woodcreek. And Simpson has it. Simpson. Deacon is on. Lonnie has hoop behind the net. Lonnie will go into that area as well. Hoop from the X. He's going to try and muscle his way around. Looks like that one jarred loose. Round and round it goes, bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. That's a nice hit by Bunny. We're going to get a whistle, and it's going to be a foul on Bella Vista, so we'll go Woodcreek's way.
Loose ball push. See ya.
That one airmailed to Roseville, and so Bella Vista will take over. Brandon Tebow, he's got a rooting section tonight. Playing in his final game.
So what could BV work on here? BV could maybe work on just keep it in for a little bit. Keep it in for 2 minutes. Keep it inside the box. You see the blue line at the bottom of the base of the football numerals, and the 30-yard line at the top. That's the box.
Or if you're Thomas Lonnie, you need to pad those stats.
All right.
Thomas Lonnie on.
See, now, we know Lonnie can do that. Lonnie knows he can do that. And so what if the playoff game is at Jesuit? Now, at the Jesuit field, where are the goals? They're on the 10-yard line, not the 5. The goals here are on the 5-yard line, which is the girls' location, and it's the wrong place for the boys. What that means is, if the goals are on the 10, the box is smaller. So what if you're up by 1 or 2 goals against Jesuit at the end of the game, and you got to keep it in a smaller place? And BV hasn't worked on it, at least in games. Good opportunity here to work on that.
5th goal of the game for Thomas Lonnie, 48 on the season, so he's too shy of 50. There's Klug taking a shot.
Up.
Chase Jones once again. Swift is dispossessed.
Good checks.
He is spun around. Hansen.
Yes.
And there's a shot and a score from the wing on the right side. Almost goal line extended. It looks like that's Coffinberry.
Got left alone in that ground ball fight, which is easy to happen. The defense breaks down, isn't in the right place, and they found him.
First Woodcreek goal since the second quarter, first of the night for Coffinberry.
There's still 12 goal differential.
And we are running. If they score again, then it's 11. Then we start stopping the clock again.
I think that's right. Yep.
Hey fans, we gotta keep it respectful. You gotta go. Keep it respectful, please. We got 7.5 minutes.
It's Coach Glenn admonishing the fans for some things that maybe he heard.
As he should.
Yeah, well, if he's heard something inappropriate, then absolutely.
He's a good leader. Team captain when he played here.
And our mics picked it up.
I've got a great photo of him with his jersey all bloody.
Ah, those are the pictures that you love to have.
Yep. I think I showed him at the beginning of last season, from the season of 15, long time ago.
And he played for you.
Yeah, 14 and 15, and on the varsity, and like I said, team captain. And I think he got a nice job, Anderson.
And now we've got the whistle.
Called a ward, I think. No, but yeah, Zach Glenn, I think he got a cut on his chin, blood all over his white jersey. Looked great. The picture has a smile. Post-game, helmet off.
Baston having trouble keeping it. All kinds of pushing and shoving.
Yeah, the retaliation. Morris came in with a good hit, and is that 6 or 8? Retaliated.
So we'll see. We'll get the call here. Looks like it's Baston that's coming off.
It's unnecessary, but frustration late in the game. We don't need a conference. One minute penalty of something unnecessary or something like that. He didn't hit him in the head. It wasn't egregious. It wasn't that big a deal. It was a foul. Call it.
You may have heard someone in the crowd call out ejection. I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
No. It's just a foul. Yeah, the clock's running too.
All this time, you know, even in a running clock, if you're going to have this kind of a conversation, you need to stop the clock.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. The kids are here to play.
Red, 8, slash, direct contact to the head, 3 minutes.
Oh, no. 3-minute non-releasable.
3-minute non-releasable on that one. And all the while, the clock continued to run.
This is where the films come in to see if that really happened. I'm not so sure. It looked to me like that, it was retaliation for sure, but it looked like it was right in his chest, into his stick, and nothing more. Blow a whistle.
So we've lost probably a good minute and a half over all of that. And now we're back underway. Here's Reynolds. Right out in front. There's a shot and a score for Bella Vista. Looks like Victorin, his second of the night, on the assist from Joe Reynolds. That wasn't Reynolds. That was Victorin on the goal, and Reynolds had the assist.
Clock runs, the game clock runs, penalty clock runs. Penalty has elapsed almost 40 seconds by now. A little over 2 minutes still in penalty. Man down face. Good job for nobody to step on the line. Nobody's released.
Loose ball, and now the Broncos come up with it.
I think both teams were illegal procedure there. They stepped over the 30 before the ball was released.
And no call. Here's Lonnie. Lonnie, that one goes wide. And out of bounds, Bella Vista will keep it.
So don't need more goals, but could we drill a little bit against the varsity?
Yeah.
Let's feed from X to a cutter up top like they did before. He may score, but let's run the play instead of swinging from 15 yards.
One out of bounds. Yeah, the Broncos here with the running clock, they could just do a 600 and end the game.
Yeah, just keep it in. I don't know how much defense they'll get from Woodcreek at this point, but
here's Deacon. Deacon will take a shot.
Save.
With the save.
A lot of saves by the Woodcreek goalie tonight. He wasn't really open. But that's your guy, right? Nice pass.
Flug unable to control that. Deacon comes up with
Great
it.
ground ball.
Deacon on the move. Deacon finds Bunny. Bunny to Lonnie. Lonnie scores. Number 49 on the season.
I think that was Hoop on the far side.
It was Hoop that got it?
And shooter was Lonnie. Hoop was the feeder.
Okay.
See, now that's working on something, right? We've seen him play that well. We've seen him do that well, but throughout the season. But you got to stay sharp all the time, and you got to drill, drill, drill. Well executed.
So that puts it at 18-4. And a face-off coming up for Thomas Lonnie, his sixth goal of the night. And if he gets one more tonight, he'll hit 50 going into the final game of the year.
That penalty hasn't released, but it should now. Yep, there he goes.
And Woodcreek in possession.
Ill-advised pass.
And the Broncos with possession. This is Anderson as they're calling for the yellow. Pellegrini. Nice job on his part to snag that
Left
one.
hand.
Here's Pellegrini with a shot, and he scores on senior night.
Send him off on his mission.
Absolutely.
The senior night, they said he was headed for a mission next next year with the church.
With the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints,
All right.
indeed.
And so no telling where he's going. I think you don't know until they just tell you. And you could be going anywhere in the world, but good send-off.
And that brings us to a 19-4 count now for Bella Vista. A 15-goal lead. Frankie Pellegrini, in his final home game of the regular season, finds a goal. Here's Woodcreek on the possession. That's Zach Honey. Offenberry. Clock is counting.
No shot, no shot.
Don't need a shot. Time will expire, and that is the end of the ball game and the end of the regular season schedule here at Bella Vista. The Broncos win this one by a score of 19-4.
Well, the last one, looking at the score here, was 18-6, I think. The last time Woodcreek and BV matched up at Woodcreek.
Yes.
So similar. So we were talking beforehand, maybe this game could be similar to the last. It was. But again, we had to be careful at the start of the game because we said a similar thing against Christian Brothers, and that's not what happened.
No, not at all. Did not want to repeat that, and it did not happen. Bella Vista scored the first 2 goals of the game. Woodcreek came back to tie it, but then it was all Bella Vista since.
Yeah.
From 2-2, Bella Vista outscores them 17-2 the rest of the way.
Yeah, it took Bella Vista a while to wake up, like you're saying, post spring break, and Monday. Only one game last week. Complete change of cadence to what they've been used to, and so it took a while to wake up, but then they did, and look what happened.
And so they will head off to Folsom to take on Vista Del Lago to close out the regular season, and that it's going to be an interesting one on Wednesday night.
It sure will. So BV, finishes this game on a high, right? Lots of goals at the end, and Pellegrini gets one that jazz. It really does jazz everybody. When did he have any goals this year? There, I don't know.
Let me double check. I did not have him for any goals this year.
So yeah, so just jazzes the team up to pick up for the guy to pick up a goal at a senior night at home, and so they finished the game on a high. They got the little kids down on the field now too.
Yeah.
High five in the varsity. But so yeah, finish this one on a high. Got to go play the big one. It's a grudge match. They lost to him last time, not by a ton. You can hang with them. They're one of the big guys around. It's time to play that game. Bella Vista's and it's going to be a nice night. 80s again or something like that. Perfect lacrosse night.
And that'll be a good test getting him ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, so you win it, and oh my God, you feel just huge because you beat the guy that beat you before. You lose it by a little. Okay, we hung with somebody, and we're going to go play somebody just like that again. So here we go. I don't know. Lose by a lot? I don't know. But with history as a guide, that's not what will happen.
Just taking a look at the Vista Del Lago schedule. They're not playing tonight. They're playing on Wednesday against Bella Vista, and then they will close out the season against West Park on Thursday. So going into that game, mathematically, Bella Vista is still alive for a league championship, but I doubt Vista Del Lago is going to lose to West Park, and they would have to lose both of those games for Bella Vista to move in to a tie. But Bella Vista still going into that game. Mathematically, they're still alive, but you still just want to go in and show that team what you can do as you head into the playoffs.
Yeah, and show yourself what you can do. And so here we got some more festivities going on out here on the field. We ought to see that on
this
camera
is the
here.
Brandon Tebow fan club here.
You ought to see that on the broadcast here. There we go.
Yeah, let's go.
Hilarity will ensue here.
Yeah, there it is.
So yeah, celebration. It's
some big time hijinks, if you will.
Exactly. Those are probably seniors too with them.
Yes.
And we mentioned before, you get late in the season, you get senioritis. it may not fully be here, but is it beginning? Are these guys, all the seniors here, are they beginning to feel like we're done, we're through?
Yes.
We finished, we've accomplished it, we're free, all those feelings that go with that, and how great that feels. And so, how great does it feel for all of them to get down there and play around? Lights on. There's the coach. He's ready.
Coach is ready to go, and we'll go ahead and bring him up. Yes, indeed. Hey, Coach.
Hey,
First
guys.
of all, how you feeling?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Okay, now go.
are you there?
He's looking like he can't hear
There
us.
it goes. I can hear you now.
Oh, you can hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. How you feeling?
Good. Yeah, everything's good. You mean my sickness because I was gone for 10 days, or
That's a lot.
tonight?
Yeah, I know you missed the last game, so just want to make sure you're doing good.
Yeah, we're doing good. Sickness all gone, ready to rock and roll. I'm about 90%, and I'm good to go.
Well, good medicine here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thoughts on this one? A big 19-4 win, a 17-2 run after they came back and tied the game. Quite a distribution of goal scorers, which I know you always like that. Here, come in a little closer. I think it might be cutting out.
Okay, there you go.
Maybe you can hear us now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so I heard this 17-2 run. I think I heard
After they tied
halftime. It was more, hey, we're just playing soft. We gotta step up and remember to have fun. It seems to be the same speeches over and over and over. But, they finally listened, and they went back to having fun, and that's what lacrosse is supposed to be, especially on a senior night.
And, and speaking of that, whatever you said at halftime certainly worked. I'm looking at my notes. What did we go from 7 to 14? 7 goals in that third quarter.
Oh, wow, yeah. So, the old Thunder coach came out for a minute. And, stayed Thunder through third and fourth, and they turned it around and they went back to having fun too, which is crazy.
While we're talking to the coach here, we ought to get the camera out on the midfield there. We're getting a great photo with banners and stuff.
Oh yeah, isn't that awesome?
We got other photos here on the 35-yard line. We got guys with their families along the rail.
Senior night's always special,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
that's pretty cool.
Lots of friends. There's only a couple of players, but is there 10 other guys out there? And and some
Well, I
gals.
think part of that's the Brandon Tebow fan club, I think.
Yeah, he got tackled afterwards. I saw that was kind
Yeah,
of fun.
and so
Hopefully he's not hurt, right? We're
Right,
already with all the sickness, all the injuries, and clavicle bones, and
We don't need
wrists
any more of that, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Well, Jim, it's 14th win of the season, so that sets a record for Bella Vista.
Sure does. How exciting is
So
that?
congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
Just your second year. Best season win-wise in program history, and you're going to the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it. I think we're locked in with Vista, or Granite Bay, no matter what happens on Wednesday.
Okay.
And I don't believe I was looking at Granite Bay's record. I think they're locked in at that fifth spot, or the fourth spot. So I don't think there's going to be much of a change. So it appears to be, believe it or not, Whitney. Looks like they're going to be playing Nevada Union.
ouch.
Yeah, and then Oak Ridge has Jesuit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have Jesuit. And then we'll have our game, and we'll go from there.
So you said Granite Bay's locked in at a 4.
I think they're locked in at 4, regardless of what happens. That Christian Brothers loss definitely hurt us. We'd be in the 4th seat right now, and we'd have our first section home playoff game, which would have been exciting. So there's not much.
This looks like a road game then on Tuesday.
Yeah, so I believe Granite Bay is playing Whitney tomorrow, so
Ouch.
that's a loss. So there's a little bit. So we have we could sneak in with a home if somehow we're injured and sick. So if we pull out a win on Wednesday with Vista del Lago, they're healthy, they're ready to rock and roll. They sat some of their players. I was talking with their coach. They're healthy and they're hungry and they want to finish undefeated in the league. And we're coming into it limping, so we'll see how that goes.
So big one on Wednesday night. A lot riding on it, and part of which could be a home game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if Whitney winds up beating Granite Bay tomorrow and we somehow pull out a win against Vista del Lago, we could have a shot at having that home field.
Now, Granite Bay just beat Vista del Lago, didn't they?
Yeah, they sure did.
right here.
Yeah, they split 1-1 this year, right?
And it was a one-goal game here, I believe, this most recent one.
Yeah.
But a good matchup between those two.
Yeah.
And a good matchup with BV and Vista and BV and Granite Bay, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you look at the top six teams in sections, The number 3 through number 6 is about the same team. They're all very competitive. They run the same style, same type of concepts. They have everything dialed in. And then after that, there's a little bit of a drop-off, but Oak Ridge, the number 1 and number 2, are that much better than I believe those top 6. And we're right there in that top 6,
Yeah.
so I'm excited to see what we can do.
You're where you belong. You
Absolutely.
earned your place there, and you get to play those guys who were right there with you. So
Absolutely.
what a great matchup. The
Those
next
are
2 games
definitely
are
the
going to be.
good games to go with, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and we look back at when you played Vista earlier and when you played Granite Bay, both of those, only 3 goals separated you from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we know that you can hang with them. So whether it's at home or on the road, making the playoffs is really special.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
here it is in your second year, Jim, and you got them to the playoffs.
Yeah, that's awesome. I got goosebumps. The hard thing for us right now is practice, right? We it's been fast and furious since the beginning of March, and then we took off last week, and then I gave them a little bit of some time off there too. So we were supposed to practice Saturday, and sickness and injuries and jobs and everything else came up, so we didn't get a practice in on Saturday. So tomorrow will be our first practice in
Probably 10 days or more.
Wow.
more than 10
Yeah.
more than 10 days. So it was the game before what was that Wednesday game?
Last week was College Park.
And St.
No,
Mary's.
the Wednesday before.
Oh,
St.
that was
Mary's.
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's. That was our last practice was the Wednesday or the Tuesday before St. Mary's.
Wow.
So 2 weeks. 2 weeks tomorrow.
2 weeks. Yeah. So it's I was expecting them to do much worse, but I was like, these kids play better on breaks for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, well, and here coming off of spring break, of course, you had the game last week.
Yeah.
But coming off of spring break, back to school for the first time today, and then coming out here and playing, and yeah, so you scored the first 2, they tied it up,
Yep.
and then as we mentioned, then 17-2 happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, those Monday games, these are brutal for the kids, for the sport, the parents. Everything just kind of seems off when you don't get to prepare the day before. So I'm hoping going into next year that there's going to be some sort of change so we don't have Monday games, right? At least give us Monday to practice, and we'll do Tuesday, we'll do Wednesday. I don't care. We got 4 other days that we could do. Even Saturdays. I will come out here every Saturday if I need to, but just Mondays are rough. They're brutal.
So if you had your druthers, Monday's a practice day.
Yes, absolutely.
And even if the concession is having to play a few back-to-back games, you're good with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay. Sounds good.
Those the 3 weekers though. Woo! Those
It's hard.
Yes.
Those are mentally hard.
Yes.
Mentally tiring and mentally hard to prepare, get through. The good things, bad things, and you can't adjust to stuff you see on the field. You don't even have time to watch film, so
Right.
that's the other hard thing to do.
Well, as we mentioned at the start of our conversation, we saw a lot happen and a lot of guys scoring. Max Morris
Yeah.
hits 50 for the season tonight.
I had goosebumps for about 5 minutes. I was like, what is going on? I'm not that big of a lacrosse geek. Maybe I am, but when I heard 50, I had no idea. I didn't know he was pushing 50.
Coaches
so getting 50 in 1 year, that's insane.
Coaches never do.
Yeah.
Right? You're running the team.
Yeah.
Individuals, okay, good. Good
Yeah.
things are happening.
But 50 was
Yeah.
selective hearing. I was just like, wait, what?
Well, and
50.
not only that, Lonnie's sitting at 49.
That's insane.
So we're looking at him getting at least one against Vista
Hoop's
Del
got to be
Lago,
pushing mid-30s, I would imagine, and then Bunny has to be 30, 25 to 30.
Well, we'll give you the numbers here. Hoop came into the game with 30.
Yeah.
And so I'm
He had
just going
3
down my
tonight.
notes. 3 tonight, so he'd be at 33.
Okay.
And then Bunny came into the game tonight with 31, and he had at least 2. I'm looking at 2, I think, maybe 3. No, he's got
He had.
3.
I know he had at least 4 assists.
Oh, he had quite a few assists.
Yeah.
I mean, we were running that total as well.
Yeah, he's ranked in nation, ranked in California. I believe he's number 1 in sections and obviously number 1 in CBC for assists.
Looking at his poster with his girlfriend down there as we talk about him. The other end of the bench.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
With his mom.
There we go.
There you go. So,
his
great
mom?
group
No,
of
another
guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Want to ask you just a quick update on the JV squad, because we said goodbye essentially to some seniors. Obviously, they've got Wednesday and they've got next week.
Yeah.
But I did want to ask you about your JV squad and what you thought. I know you've had a couple of guys up on varsity the last few games, but What do you think for next year with the group that will be moving up to varsity?
We're hitting the ground running, so we already have Chubby Unicorns starting up in May. So that will get us prepared for next year. So it's a program, right? So obviously I'm excited. It's just part of the program where if you do it properly, 1 year should look like the next year, and it just bleeds right into it. So we're here, and then every once in a while you get those superstars that fall in place with your program, and then you go undefeated, right? So it's a process, it's a concept, it's practice, and it's keeping sticks in their hand all year round, and good things happen. So we did bring up some kids. Those kids came in obviously because of injuries or sickness or whatever else happened, and we wanted to give them a look at varsity to see how they would prepare for varsity. So I would love to have about 4 or 5 of those guys up right now. It's a uniform issue because we have different uniforms, and we didn't have enough to bring up 30 guys. You still don't want to bleed the JV down where they can't compete either.
Right.
So, and will you progress better with reps at a JV level, or will you get better because you're playing better competition and you're playing with the varsity team, so you're playing with better players? So it depends on what type of coach you are, right, and what you believe is going to be better for the player.
Well, right now the seniors don't want to leave over there at the bench. And the moms are lined up for pictures, and nobody wants to leave.
I don't blame them.
I don't want to end on a down note, but I did want to ask you just an update on Jackson Ellsworth. Obviously, that was a rough injury. It didn't really look like a hard hit. It's just like they got him at the right spot, I guess. And broken collarbone, out for the year. But how's he handling it?
Like every kid, so I don't want to put anything out there, but yeah, it's emotional, right? So
right.
You don't want to ever see any kid get hurt for obvious reasons, but it almost, the pain is secondary to the emotional pain,
right,
from them not being able to finish. So he's had a unbelievable year.
He has.
I would be surprised if he doesn't make all conference, or at least be in the running for all conference. Definitely a second team type guy. But I think he's probably over 200 wins, if not 300. I'm not sure exactly what the number is, but I will find out this week, because I'm obviously going to start shooting you some numbers. I've been out for a couple of weeks. But yeah, he mentally he's I think that's the worst part. So it's a huge blow when you put everything around and you have your main guy that's your Fogo, and he's so dang fast. I don't know if you know this, but Jared and his family both have the record at Folsom for the 100-yard dash.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so his dad, Jackson's dad has the record, and he took his grandpa's record.
That's great.
Oh, wow. Oh, that is so cool. And they were up at Folsom.
Yeah, so they both had the longest running record, and until Jared came in, and now Jared has the longest running. And I want to say he graduated in the 90s.
More pictures down on the bench.
Yeah,
and I was looking at numbers, and I'm just trying to get my numbers straight here. But I think I had Jackson for well over 110 ground balls this year.
Wow.
And that coming into the game tonight.
That's crazy. That's gotta be up in the top 10 in California.
It'd have to be.
I would be surprised if it's not. And obviously probably top 3 in sections. I would be very surprised. And I know Ryland can't be too far. I know he missed a couple of games. Ryland can't be too far behind him. And I know Bunny, on my attack, I don't know if that is that from our errors, or is that from his takeaways he's doing and getting those ground balls?
I had Wilson at 66 coming in coming into the game tonight, but
he's got to be second then, and then Bunny's followed probably number 3.
Yeah, Bunny's where do I have? 55 is what I had.
Yeah.
Again, that's what's coming in.
Attack.
So it doesn't include tonight.
Yeah.
We'll see what the numbers tell us after tonight, but those
stuff.
are the numbers coming in. But there's your 1, 2, 3 right there. But yeah, they're doing great. And Bunny's doing great on the assists and everything like that.
I'll do an interview for you. Hey, state your name and your position you play, please.
Jackson Ellsworth, midfield and face-off.
How are you feeling about your injury right now?
Bummed out. I wish I could have played with my seniors for their last home game. And love you too. And just feeling it right now. I guess.
Jim, is he right-handed?
He is right-handed.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so I see he asked if you were right-handed or not. So, They said you can play with your right hand and just put your left hand in a sling.
We didn't say that.
No, he didn't say that. All right, bud. Good job, man.
Got to heal.
Well, he seems to be okay right now, but I would imagine that it was.
Have a good night.
It's hard to imagine how it couldn't be emotional for him.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's even as a coaching, it's super emotional. You don't want anybody to get hurt on your watch, no matter what you do,
Right.
regardless. Even if it's off field, right? Because you feel it. You get super connected with the kids. It's beyond coaching, right? They become your kids, your actual. I don't feel any different if my kid got hurt off the field and one of these guys got hurt off the field. It feels exactly the same, and it's one of the reasons a lot of people quit coaching is because of the injuries, and they don't like the emotion or the way it makes them feel, and there's a lot of things to juggle, right? But I feel bad for the kid.
So 14 wins.
Yeah, how
Going
awesome
for
is
number
that?
15 on Wednesday. You've made the playoffs.
Yeah.
You close out the home schedule with just a terrific 19-4 win over Woodcreek. You certainly have this program moving in the right direction.
Awesome. Thank you very much, George. I appreciate you.
Jim, thank you very much for your time, and thank you for joining us all season. It's been good talking to you.
Absolutely. Have a good night, guys.
Congratulations.
All right, you bet.
Thank you, David.
All right,
Appreciate
so
it,
that is Coach Goldsmith as we wrap up the home schedule tonight here at Bella Vista High School. And boy, it's hard to go through my chicken scratches here to see all the
There's a lot of
the
them.
goals that were scored. But Lonnie and Morris both had a big game tonight, and Morris, of course, had a big game as well the other night against College Park. Morris 50 goals on the season. Lonnie's at 49. So just a great way to close out the home schedule.
Yeah, a big win on a high. That the guys are still out here getting photographs taken. This is last time at home, and so nobody wants to go, and they don't want to go because it feels so good.
Yes,
Feels so good to be with your friends. Grabbed a picture from 2014. We won't see it on the broadcast, but it's 10 years ago, same thing, right? Last year, same thing. 9 years ago, same thing. Every year, same thing. All over the country, right? And so it's just what a great experience to be on a good team, be with your friends, and to go up from here.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us. Well, David, it's been a pleasure again this
Been
year.
fun.
Well, we'll bring you back for the boys versus girls
That'll be
game.
great.
I would imagine it's going to be in a couple of weeks. We'll get that date finalized. Check out the Facebook page. We'll get all the advertising. We'll get it posted up on YouTube as soon as we possibly can. As well, Facebook, there it is. There's the Facebook address, facebook.com/BV Live Sports. Go ahead and scan the QR code and just check us out periodically for our updates. But our next broadcast will be the boys versus girls game, again, unless something changes. And we'll see as what Coach Goldsmith was telling us about right now. If things trend the way they're expected to, Bella Vista will open on the road next Tuesday at Granite Bay. It's likely the girls could still have a home game, but we just want to be as open and transparent as possible. You may be coming here for a home game expecting to see a live stream in the playoffs, but I don't know that we're able to do that. So we'll get the final word, and if we can, we will, but if not, then we will just have to figure out other ways to update you on the scores, but we'll get that all figured out. But thank you very much for joining us all year long. This concludes our third year of lacrosse, and we want to just say thanks to everyone who has helped make it happen. Our producer tonight, Julie Tharlson, camera operator Lacey Anderson. We've had help from Danielle Harris. We've had all kinds of help. Ben Strong has helped us out, and he's helping us out now as tearing things down.
The roadies.
And on the girls' side, Marlo Mosier and Aaron Keogh and Charlie Keogh has helped us out as well. It's been a great run for this entire season, and we're looking forward to doing this again next year. It'll be a lot of fun. So our final score again here tonight: Bella Vista wins this one 19-4, and the Broncos are now 14-3 on the year, 9-2 in league play, and they'll be at Vista Del Lago, the other Vista, on Wednesday night to close out the regular season. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. For David Houseworth, I'm George Tharrelson.